episode. Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Price, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
D-Malo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Boogie, man.
To the greatest sports show on the planet, La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
What up, everybody tuning in, wherever you tuning in from. Whatever time zone you tuning in from, whether you do daylight savings or you just save money like regular people. It's Gas Presents Sports for the Culture. I'm your host for the night. I'm Scruff Lion, man. I'm a little jet lagged. I'm a little tired, man. You know what I'm saying? I got hit with the daylight savings finesse this week. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to get used to this life on this side of the clock. But let me go ahead and introduce the gang. Top right, introduce yourself.
At Price, XXV, Double I. Yeah, and, you know, this daylight savings gets crazy. Everybody be aware right now. They say this is the time for the most accidents on the road while driving. So don't just watch out for yourself, but watch out for others while you're driving. Something about daylight savings throws everybody off. Let's get it.
Yo, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I was on the road the other day, and I almost rear ended somebody. Maybe it was because of daylight savings. That's what I should have told the driver.
Or maybe you just can't drive.
Hey, man, you know, I've heard that too. There's theories in the universe for both. Bottom left, introduce yourself.
Y'all know it is. T-Boogie, man. Hey, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go. Wash your hands, wash your ass. I heard China about to lock it back down. You know what I'm saying? But let's get this show on the road, man. This daylight saving stuff is throwing me off myself, so let's go.
I don't know, you talking about foreign country, you talking about locking it down. Free Brittany Griner, man. That's all I gotta say. I ain't get a chance to speak on Brittany Griner. It's a tragedy what they're doing over some hashish. You know what I'm saying? But it's a different country, so it's a whole new game. But hey, free Brittany Griner, man. Free the real. Bottom right, introduce yourself.
what it do, man? It's your boy Young Rome 22. All the loyal listeners, y'all already know that, man. If you're new out there, hit that like button, hit that follow button, subscribe on YouTube. Man, daylight savings time, so it sounds like it's whooping y'all boys' ass, man. Like, y'all got to be smart, man. Prepare for these things. You're well into your 20s, 30s, man. Like, you knew this was coming. This ain't your first time with it, man. Be like your boy Young Rome. Get that extra hour of sleep in the week before, so then when daylight savings time hit, you ready, you good to go, man. Let's get it, man. I'm ready.
So you had to change your sleep cycle the week before?
Yeah, man. Just little by little, man.
Well, how did you prepare?
10 minutes here, 10 minutes there.
How did you prepare for that week?
I know where you got that hours
You just go to bed a little bit earlier.
I know where you got those extra hours from. There's all them hours where he was like, "Oh, I'm off this week. Oh, all right, I'm out of here." Bro, picking up them extra hours he was stashing.
Rome started a month early.
He was stashing them for daylight savings. Okay, all right. I see the strategy now. I see why you so well rested.
Hey, Rome said use your PTO to prepare for daylight savings.
Hey, bro, you know, that's a good strategy. Man.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, bro. It's actually a pretty good
that's
idea.
a terrible idea. That's a horrible way to waste your
That's not
planning for daylight savings is something that is already fluke in itself. I don't know.
It's a lot of people out here that don't even use their PTO. So, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh. And if you're not using it in your job,
people like that are retarded, bro. Let me just say not retarded. People like that are very they don't like all resourcefulness. Like, why would you not use your PTO?
Some people
want to work all the time.
Yes, some people are loyal to the brand, loyal to the company.
Crazy. I be feeling guilty a little bit on PTO just because, like, I'll be like, for real, like, this okay? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Some people also just waiting to get cashed out, man. Make sure they cashing you out if you're not using all that PTO. That changes.
Right, you can't cash a PTO out if you die. You know what I'm saying? Like, tomorrow ain't promised. Use your PTO, folks.
Hey, I got some PTO coming up, man.
Nah, it's hard not to take advantage of it. The company I work for now has got unlimited PTO, which is like meaning like what line do I cross before I start being You know,
So they paying you for all of it. They just
Look.
paid time off whenever.
it says it's unlimited, but there's some type of unrule. You know, there's some type of discretion to it.
A little
obviously,
unwritten
but,
rule.
I'm about to say, after that 10th day, they call you into the office like, look,
You know, like you
it's been a
know,
good
like
ride.
The algorithms have flagged your account.
you're requesting too many vacations. Hey, I thought it was unlimited, guy.
It's like unlimited the same way cell phone minutes say it's unlimited until you hit a certain level. They're like, hold up, bring that ass here, buddy.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's like I don't know. It's a really good
Unlimited
question.
PTO. Ooh, wait, couldn't give me that.
Yeah. Now you know,
Hey, man. I know somebody was enjoying a little too much PTO, man. It was my man Tom Brady. Because I know y'all seen that boy decided to come right back. Bryce, I think you called that actually a couple weeks back.
You know, I called it, but I also thought he was going to come back for like a year. I thought he was going to pull one of them like, yo, mid-season, like, you know, he sees the Bucs struggling. You know, hold up, fellas. I got y'all. But he couldn't even go 2 months without saying he needed back in the game. And I feel him, man. Sometimes you get in the crib, you start looking around, like, damn, this every day? I got to be on a video game every day. You rich as hell, bro. Like, I got to go on a vacation. I got to use my PTO every day. Oh, man, I'm out, bro. I'm back in the game. So I respect it.
I mean, you might as well collect them checks, man. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady must have seen them gas prices out there in Tampa, Florida. And, you know, going to Whole Foods and back, he was probably like, whoa, honey.
Going to Whole Foods.
To be honest, I thought he just heard Kim Kardashian's little statement when she said, get up and work. You gotta just get up and work. I think Tom heard that. Like, you know what? You're right, Kardashian.
Wait, was that Kardashian statement, or were they just putting her on the shirt as some funny shit? I thought that was.
Bro. She told all the people, like, yo. They asked her, like, what's your advice to young women? She looked at the camera and said, "Get up and work." It's like,
now I get the joke.
That's wild, bro.
Now I get the context of the photo.
Y'all lazy out here, man. You're laying around on your back.
Yeah, what are you doing? Go make a sunset.
That's a pun.
What are you doing?
To be fair, Kim did her best work laying on her stomach.
Oh.
To be fair.
Somebody went through somebody got the Ray J laptop.
Hey man, I mean that is good work. You know what I'm saying? This is good suggestion. Ladies of America, make a sex tape, man. You know what I'm saying?
Tom had to come back though. Like he's a competitor. Like and what you don't get about that home life. I know y'all don't got no kids or anything like that, but like there's nothing to compete with at home. Like you damn sure don't want to compete with your wife. Like don't make sense to compete with your kids. Like this guy.
Hey, T, you definitely don't want to compete with your wife. I know that in fantasy football for sure. You take some L's to Big Shirley, boy.
She gets favorable draft position probably because she's a woman. The gas league is on some feminism, and you know that's just how it is. Nah, she all right, she all right in fantasy. You know what I'm saying? But like you know, Tom Brady saw that family life. It's like those guys that come home from the military, right? And they look around and say, "Bro, I like shooting guns." Like they don't know how much they like shooting guns and going to war and being with the guys until they get out of that environment. Like you wait, you hate you Iraq. I can't wait to get home. You get home, you got chicken breasts, broccoli. Your wife go to sleep. Your wife go to sleep on you. You know what I'm saying? She's too tired.
Why you pick the wackest meal, bro? They can't get a better meal.
I'm tired of them freeze-dried army food packs.
Bro, this
chicken and broccoli ain't cutting it.
Yeah, bro. This is Tom Brady. I train. I live my life on the road. I watch film. I study. You know what I'm saying? I talk to the guys. I keep guys going. Like the excitement level there. You know what I'm saying? All them endorphins, the testosterone. You don't get that in the home life, and I think he missed that in some capacity.
Nah, facts. And I don't know if y'all saw, but he was at the game where Ronaldo got the hat trick. And after the game, he talked to Ronaldo, and Ronaldo's like, you done? And Brady was like, he showed a little crack in his armor right there. He was like, I think so type of moment. And yeah, but he did always say he wanted to play till 45. Bro, to be honest, what Brady doing though is just so unprecedented, bro. You 45. I really think he could ball till he's 50, bro. Like, Brady might be able to do this till he's 50, bro. Okay, maybe not at this level, but just do it. Like, he might.
I mean, it really depends on the arm. It really just depends on the arm. As far as mentally, he's prepared to play till 45, 50. Like, it just question is his arm. Right now, we know. Yeah, I feel it, dude. Right now, we know his arm is still there. We've seen it. It still zips. You know what I mean? With the best of them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, once he loses that arm power, we'll see.
Brady is literally one Tristan Wirfs whiff away from retirement, bro. Like, coming back and all that is cool, but you're not getting hit yet. I think once the season starts, he'll hit. Give me the farewell tour, fellas.
I mean, so are we calling this a comeback though? Like, my man missed 2 months of the off season, so like, are we even really calling this a retirement or a comeback?
Yes, it's a comeback, bro. Somebody spent half a million on a retirement football.
That's that guy's problem.
That's that guy's fault.
Yeah. 18,000 on his last touchdown thrown, bro. I know my man is sick, bro.
Bro, if I was him,
it's still valuable. It's the last touchdown he threw before his first retirement.
Bro, that shit lost all value. It's probably going for a cool 10K now. That shit tanked more than crypto. That shit tanked like it was Shiba Inu coin, man.
Dog, you might as well play. You might as well throw that one around the yard. That's crazy.
Raise the value as a signature now.
Brady's last football.
Honestly, like, that's one of those situations where, like, I would lobby for this man. Like, Brady, you need to go sign that man football, give him a jersey, give him a day at the stadium or something, give him some compensation for that.
So you telling me you want to start a GoFundMe for the dude that spent $518,000 on Tom Brady football?
No, I didn't say. No. I didn't say us, the people of the United States of America, should be giving them our harder. I said Tom Brady should compensate the man, not me.
Let's start a GoFundMe for the dude, man.
I don't want nobody randomly compensating this man. Strictly Tom Brady. That's it.
Nah, Tom owed something.
He's got something.
Tom didn't owe that man nothing. That man, Tom didn't ask that man to buy that football.
Y'all heard Kim, man. Get up and work, man. Lazy. Bought that
the man had the money. He had $500,000. He obviously did something.
Yeah, you had $500,000 to spend on the football, bro. You good. You good.
You never know, though. He might have just been a random dude that got lucky and was like, this is going to be my big investment to make it to the top. $518K will make me about $10 million in 10 years. He might have been thinking like that. Could have been his last chance at millions.
Hey, well, he better go to all times games this season.
Dog, that's crazy. What he did is like when you put all your chips down on every number at roulette and they land on the zeros. Like,
that shit hurts. That shit
I hate
hurts.
zeros.
And my favorite number in roulette is right next to the zero. So that should be hurting when they get right to the double zero and skip my number. I'll be like, nah, bro, they working me. It's magnets in this shit.
Yeah.
If the Bucs miss the playoffs, the ball can retain value as his last playoff touchdown ball. All right, now you thinking. You over there thinking, bro. You're right, B. It could definitely go down.
Yeah, but they're not gonna miss the playoffs, and if they miss the playoffs, he definitely coming back next year. Next year. So either way you slice it.
I think he's done, bro. I'm trying to tell you. They hitting Brady this year.
Hey, like, honestly, Brady can still ball. That's the bottom line. So I'm happy he's back. But it's not a shoe-in that he's going to win it all. So I think that's the best thing about it.
I mean, the Bucs,
a chance. Yeah.
Bucs got to figure out how to keep everybody. You got to keep all the pieces.
Yeah, they already lost. Somebody retired off that O-line.
I think the NFC South is going to be very interesting next year. Particularly,
I don't know, bro. I feel like the NFC really ain't. Brady, part of it might have been looking at the NFC like, nah, it ain't shit on this side. I'm back. Like,
I think that's exactly what it was.
He said Jimmy G's probably out of here. I'm coming back, baby.
He said Taylor Heineke not starting no more.
Oh, man.
Carson Wentz is in.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all in.
Yeah. A lot of quarterback movement, man. The carousel of quarterbacks is
all I got to be to Stafford.
Merry-go-round of quarterbacks is spinning in the NFL, man. So we know Tom Brady's staying in Tampa. But we also know that another guy, a very special guy, man, very special guy, near and dear to my heart, is now a Washington Commander. He's commanded himself into Washington. Carson Wentz, man, is the quarterback from the Washington Commanders, man. The merry-go-round continues. And I must say I enjoy this stop of the merry-go-round. It's not the first time that a franchise quarterback has stumbled upon his life and then landed in Washington. The last time didn't work out so well with Donovan McNabb, man. Hopefully y'all won't disgrace Carson. He's already disgraced himself enough. Classy guy, though. He left a nice message out to the Colts organization on his way out. Not that anyone really cared, but he did. So I guess he's still classy, right? It counts for something, right? So what are y'all expectations for Carson Wentz this season from Washington, man? I mean, what are y'all thoughts?
Well, he lost a Pro Bowl guard, so. But I mean, Washington has pieces, right? We didn't see Curtis Samuel last year. What's my man, Logan Thomas? I think he was hurt most of the year. I think Washington has some pieces. If Wentz could come in there and just not turn the ball over, I mean, Washington can like get almost to the playoffs again. But that's kind of the ceiling there. 9 wins, 10 if something goes your way. But
yeah. I think Washington's one of those teams, and kind of like the Colts, where they got a pretty good team all around, and they're kind of just looking for the right quarterback to get them over the hump. Rome, man. I mean, I've seen you have faith in a lot of things, man. I've seen you have faith in. I've seen you have faith in. I can't even do it.
Yo,
how do you feel about
when I asked what we were talking about on the show tonight, what the rundown was, nobody said shit about Carson Wentz going on.
This came up. This is impromptu.
No, this is impromptu.
I thought about
organic conversations, right?
I seen both of y'all boys' faces, and I was like, "Oh man,
Look, I hate you, G. I hate you, Gerardo."
Look, I am not a Carson Wentz fan. I don't know how much we've talked about Wentz on this show. I don't know if there's tape to run on it, but I've never been a Carson Wentz supporter. So I'm not excited to see him in Washington necessarily, but I do see the benefit of it from a Washington standpoint. Is Carson Wentz better than Taylor Heinicke? Yeah. Can he make throws that Taylor Heinicke couldn't make? Absolutely. Will he win us 1 or 2 more games than Taylor Heinicke? Possibly. Does that get us in the playoffs? I think it might. We got to remember Carson Wentz had the Colts fighting for a chance before he bungled it in a damn game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. But the Colts, by all accounts, should have been in the playoffs if Carson Wentz could have just held it together, which he couldn't do. But, I mean, can he get Washington to the playoffs in a weaker NFC? It's March, but I don't know, man. I think there's a possibility there. So we'll see how the summer goes, what other pieces get added and all that. But I'm not too big of a fan on Commander Carson down in Washington.
Oh man. Okay, all right, good. I started to hear some optimism in there, a little optimism in there, but okay.
Anything's possible, man. Weakest division.
Rome not buying in just yet on Carson. We'll give him until August, until Carson's the MVP.
Once he sees that Commander's jersey and takes himself to a preseason game, sees Carson Wentz go for 3 for 4 with 35 yards, he'll buy in.
Look,
damn,
if Carson comes out there struggling, I'm gonna be the first guy telling you that Taylor Heinicke needs to get back in there.
Wait, that's not true though about Carson not having playoff experience. Carson did start a game in the playoffs.
Did Foles finish it though?
Nah, it was a different game. It was a different year. It wasn't the year that they won the Super Bowl. It was the year that they lost in the first round.
They say Carson Wentz is like the anti-Jimmy G. He has all the tools, but no one likes him.
Yeah, I mean, people like him. I don't think it's that people don't like him. I just think it's that he tries really hard. So sometimes in the biggest of moments when you want somebody to come up big, he wants to come up big. He wants to take every play to the house. And that's the problem. Sometimes you just gotta just start manufacturing drives and just take it's a game of inches. You can't win it all.
When your franchise quarterback gets traded and no one says anything on social media, no one says I want to miss him. Carson was my guy. Yeah, the Commanders got a good one.
There were some.
That's not true.
They went both ways. Well,
were any of them receivers?
Yeah, Carson, Dexter Pittman, whatever his name is.
Michael Pittman.
The players were loving
Yeah.
it. Darius Leonard sent a heartfelt message.
Darius Leonard plays defense.
Pittman said something.
Pittman loves him.
I respect Pittman.
I know Doolin was happy because Doolin was catching balls left and right.
Look,
Doolin made a name for himself.
look, I'm gonna tell you. Look, I'm gonna tell you what the biggest issue with this Carson Wentz trade is. Right, this Carson Wentz trade. You might have just traded yourself out of Terry McLaurin. Like you might end up having to franchise this guy because if I'm a franchise receiver, right, I'm Terry McLaurin, and you bring in Carson Wentz, like that's who you want to pair me with. Like when it's time for me to sign, looking at what Christian Kirk just got paid. When it's time for me to sign, check me out. I'm giving you the perspective.
This has gone too far. All right,
It's not, bro.
Thank you. Finish.
Bryce.
I know.
Nah, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that.
Bro.
But
They had Taylor Heineke at the quarterback last year. You telling me that Carson Wentz is a downgrade, right? He should be happy he got time.
I know what you're saying, but you gotta take this into account, bro. You get that man the right bag, you force his hand, bro. You know what I'm saying? You give him the right bag, you force his hand, and you got.
Bro, you're talking like Terry should be upset that they brought in Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is the best quarterback that Terry's played with since he's been in Washington.
No, it's not. It's not that it's
by
so
far.
Much. Right. But there were better quarterbacks available that obviously did not want to come to Washington. That's the point here. Like if I'm Terry McLaurin, this franchise is obviously in disarray, bro. Because Carson Wentz was a desperation move. You can't convince me otherwise. It's a desperation play. You traded for a guy that was probably going to get released. Like nobody wanted him. So if I'm McLaurin and I'm looking at what Christian Kirk and Michael Gallup are getting paid, the Redskins.
I don't think Carson Wentz was going to just get cut because they still would have had to pay him that money. Washington took on all that money for a reason. But look, I see what you're trying to get at, but I'm not going for it, T. You're the number one DC sports area hater. I'm not trying to hear this blasphemous. Terry's not gonna re-sign because they brought in Carson Wentz. Don't try to spin it in that way at all. We're not hearing that.
Look, I gotta say though, it's not positive so far. The fact that he hasn't re-signed yet, like I don't know if I'm the GM of the Commanders, bro. Like that's the first thing I'm getting done. If I'm inking Terry McLaurin. Instantly, bro. I'm giving that man.
But if I'm Terry, wouldn't I want to wait? Wouldn't you want to wait if you were Terry? Like if you're Terry, there's no reason to rush it.
Well, that's the thing. If you're waiting, then there's a reason to that. Like if you was happy where you at, there's no need to wait. All they gotta do is give you the bag. And maybe the bag's not big enough. And if the bag's not big enough, that's a bigger problem in the organization to not recognize that they got to sign this man ASAP.
The reason you wait if you're Terry is because you see fools like Christian Kirk get a bigger bag than they should. So now your price goes up. So why not wait till
your price
DK gets signed?
Way up.
Exactly. So why not wait? If you're Terry, not the organization, why not wait till you see some of the guys from your class that'll probably make more than you just off their numbers and shit anyway? Why not wait to see what they set the bar at so that you can make sure that you're in between Kirk and the top guys.
That was kind of my point. My point wasn't how it would hurt Terry McLaurin.
But that don't got nothing to do with Wentz, though.
He's going to ball regardless. My point was this is a bad spot for Washington to be in. Like everything's happening wrong. Out of all the quarterbacks, Wentz was the one that no one wanted. You got Wentz.
I'm not ready to say that Wentz is the one no one wanted.
Not the worst quarterback.
I'd be willing to guess that there was another team in on Wentz, and Washington had to up the ante to make sure they were able to secure him.
Who?
I don't know who.
So
the reports don't always come out, but I'm saying like chances are somebody else would have took him. Maybe not for the price Washington paid. I'm not denying that. They definitely anteed up, you know what I mean? But at the same time, there was probably another team in on it. I will say this about this deal, though. In the whole Carson Wentz era in Washington, this shit is boom or bust, bro. Like, it's not going to be middle of the ground. It's not going to be no 7-10. It's not going to be no, 8-9. It's either about to be, 4-13, or it's going to be, 11-6. There's going to be no in-between, bro. And I can almost guarantee that because, just the air that surrounds Carson Wentz, kind of like the vibe he's given out the last few years, not being able to be a leader, not being able to rally guys around him. That's what they say, right? Not being able to take criticism the right way, right? You're either going to have a situation where that guy is able to turn it around because the coaching staff, like a Ron Rivera, strong presence, and the rest of the pieces around him are able to uplift him, or you're going to have a guy that the worst in him comes out in a possible being possibly the worst situation he's ever been in, right? As far as off the field shit, Dan Snyder stuff, accusations, all that stuff that always surrounds the Washington football, the Washington Commanders, you know what I mean, that has over the past few years. So I really believe this is boom or bust. But if it is a boom, it might be a problem. It might be a problem for NFC East, especially for the Eagles, who got to see that man twice a year. So we'll see.
I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen in football. I just wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? You know how I go.
Before we get off this, man, I just want to ask T one question. So because you're coming hard on this Wentz deal. So what you're telling me is that everything's going wrong for Washington. They're making all the wrong moves. So they would have been better off doing what the Steelers did and signing Mitch Trubisky. The Steelers are better off with Mitch Trubisky right now than we are with Carson Wentz.
The Steelers signed Mitch Trubisky for like pennies, bro.
I think it was like 14 or 18.
Bro, so you're telling me
they gave Mitch Trubisky a slot receiver deal.
Bro, oh my goodness. Okay.
They paid Mitch Trubisky like a punter.
But they're not planning on winning games next year, is what that tells me. They're not planning on competing.
Right. And if you know how I feel about this. If you're not going to be good, you need to be very bad. And I think that's the Steelers are like, well, you know.
Did you hear what Bryce just said though? But did you hear what the Washington is either going to be very bad or very good this season?
That's the difference between the Steelers, though.
The Carson Wentz deal was.
That's like saying it's going to be daytime or nighttime. Like the Steelers
there we go. There's the hate.
The Steelers are actively planning on being bad. Like
there's the hate, man. Why? Like, come on.
All right, hey, can we jump into Mitch Trubisky for a second though? Like, how did y'all feel about him on the stuff?
Around the Pittsburgh. Honestly, I was shocked by that signing because I was like, I didn't think that people were looking at Mitchell Trubisky as a starting quarterback, and I mean the money suggests that he's in the realm of starting quarterback. So and I'm shocked on many levels because they said he was going to go on to compete with Mason Rudolph and. I thought some guy named Dwayne Haskins played there too, so he must not exist. You know what I mean? So, like, basically, they got the worst quarterback room I've ever seen in my life. Mitchell Trubisky, who's like literally one of the symbols of reaching for a white quarterback when there's an elite black quarterback on the board, Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? And, he was a horrible quarterback for the Bears, bad news Bears. Now he's on the Steelers. One of the best franchises in history of sports. And you got Mason Rudolph, who got clocked with a helmet. And then you got Dwayne Haskins, who's like a failure. And who just underperformed, who's a former first-round pick. And, you tell me, if you would have gave me those three, the bunch, I would have picked Dwayne Haskins to be my starter based on the credentials. But, hey, you telling me that Mitchell Trubisky's the guy? Oh, man, it's going to be a long season in Pittsburgh. I've seen them win with less. But they've really tested it on that one, bro. I can't believe that they go in that quarterback room with those three guys.
That just shows you the difference in franchises, like the Steelers and Washington. Steelers are like a spades player. They might only have 3 books in their hand, but they're going to find a way to get 7. You know what I'm saying? They're going to find a way to get their team 7. Washington is a team that. They might get 8 in their hand. They're going to bump. They're going to find a way to bump. They're going to renege. They're going to cut over their partner. They're going to find a way to bump. So you can have a Mitchell Trubisky and maybe win some games. Same situation, boom or bust. But you're doing it for a lot cheaper. But I thought they was going to roll the dice on Dwayne Haskins, and they didn't, which shows me Washington made another mistake.
I will say this though.
They made a mistake, and then they made the right move to get rid of him.
That was the right move.
In what world has Mitchell Trubisky boomed? Like, where did you see a boom from Mitchell Trubisky, bruh?
I'll say this though.
It's a franchise.
He's got it. He was a top draft pick.
Oh,
this is a franchise. I watched them win with
Jake Locker was the top draft pick. Y'all remember him? Y'all remember EJ Manuel? You want to talk about top draft pick?
Let's be fair. Let's be fair to Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, his win-loss record is 29-21 as a starting quarterback. He had an 11-3 season and an 8-7 season. And in 2020, before they sat him, he was 6-3.
It's pretty good.
I mean, like,
He's
pretty
garbage,
good records, bro.
He's
It's pretty
garbage,
good.
bro.
It's not bad if we're looking at win losses. And I know a lot of people don't do win losses for quarterbacks, but I do.
Pittsburgh is the perfect town for white mediocrity. You know what I'm saying? That guy is in a great spot. Great spot.
Look, Dwayne Haskins just re-signed there. I'm sure it's going to be an open competition. Mitchell Trubisky don't strike me as the guy that has the job on lock. So maybe Haskins finally steps up, man. Like maybe this is his time. I would
better
love
hope
to see
Trubisky
him.
not on your schedule.
Trubisky,
Hey,
man.
yo, and Scrub, you mentioned that they took Deshaun Watson. They skipped Deshaun Watson for Trubisky. They also missed out on Pat Mahomes. So, like, damn, Bears, y'all had a second overall pick. Y'all was going to take a quarterback, and y'all skipped over Deshaun Watson and Pat Mahomes for Trubisky.
Yeah,
it's wild. Took
a guy named Trubisky, and you know what I mean? Like, come
on. I actually loved Trubisky coming out of college. So I'm hoping he can resurrect himself.
But man had like half a good season, bro.
So you see it.
Yeah, he had one good year. I never trust quarterbacks in college. And hey, just to mention this too, my big board coming out this weekend, so keep your eyes open for that. But I never trust quarterbacks with only 1 year of college production. Like it's gotten me so many times in ranking prospects in the past that I made it a rule. I think me and Scruff talked about it before. Like if a college quarterback only has 1 year production, I stay away from them. They go to the bottom of my quarterback big board every time because it just you can't trust it.
Where'd you have Haskins?
I think I had he was in my top 32. He was in my like I said, I got burned from it.
The hood is stronger there, bro.
Haskins is part of the reason why I never do it, bro. Like
the proof.
Bro. It's like proof is in the pudding, bro. Like if you taking those quarter, because it takes years, bro, to get that experience. And I'd rather you get it in college, get those years under your belt early and wait to the league. And all of a sudden, you've only thrown 300 career passes, and now you want to get
that, bro.
So where did you have Trey Lance?
I had Trey Lance. But Trey Lance had more than 1 year of college production. Trey Lance ball
2 years before Trey Lance got drafted. Bryce told me that this man was the
bro. I was talking about Trey Lance before he was even a thought. Most people.
He had like a year in a game or two.
You know what's crazy? That back when Carson Wentz, when you say the next Carson Wentz, and it's like not a problem, it's like actually a compliment. He said this guy might be the next Carson Wentz. I was like, what?
I mean, Wentz got the tools.
I was talking about Trey Lance for anybody was thinking about him. That's a fact.
Hey, where did my man Teddy Bridgewater? He moved too, right? He's in Miami.
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater is now with the Dolphins.
I thought that was a great move. Because
it'll be a great move. He'll be making big racks for all those losses.
Bruh, you get to go to Miami, and there's a chance that this other guy might play himself out of the spot. Like,
who's the other guy?
Tua.
I don't know about that. Well, maybe because that coach they just brought in looked like Logic a little bit. If he doesn't win with Tua. He's gonna have a very short NFL life, bro, because they brought him in to work with Tua pretty much, if you ask me, bro. So
yeah. I mean, Teddy. I don't know if Teddy's angling. If you're gonna angle, it's a good spot to angle at. But he's from Miami. He went to Miami Northwestern. Actually, covered him in high school, man. So he's gonna be real comfortable in Miami. And Tua does end up tanking it, which is not too far fetched because it's not too far fetched, but could happen.
Teddy is the perfect safety net down there. I like that move.
And we'll see, man.
Well,
that was Teddy become, man.
Perfect safety net to catch Dolphins. That's
the last big one we got to talk about is Dangerous Wilson. I think we might have.
We talked about.
That was last week. Did we get it to?
G was making a point.
Him and Rodgers was last Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right, Broncos. We'll see what they end up becoming with my guy Dangerous.
I mean, the quarterback carousel still spinning. Actually, as a matter of fact, it was a massage table that spinned off of there. It's actually clear now, and Deshaun Watson is now ready to jump on the carousel. It was a little concern of how he was going to act, amongst the carousel, but he's cleared of all criminal charges. So now he is allowed to aboard the quarterback carousel. And my, has the narrative changed on Deshaun Watson? Because I just remember maybe 6 months ago when we were talking about Deshaun Watson on this very show, and I was the only person here that defended him. knowing that he might have got some special massages. You know what I mean? But so did Bob Kraft. No one took his team away from him. But now Deshaun Watson's the franchise savior again. Now the teams are so great to have this guy like him in the locker room. He's a franchise savior. But so now he's the man again. Everyone forgot about the accusations, and he's
Nobody
out on the market.
I don't think that's the case, bro.
Nobody forgot. Nobody's leaving their sister alone with them. All right.
So they're overlooking that. So they're overlooking that. Like I said, they would. Right.
Wait. Now let's just let's put a little asterisk here because he did beat the criminal case, which is great for Deshaun Watson, but there's still a lot of civil suits over his head. So I mean,
21 or 22.
Yeah, I think it's 22 civil suits that he's still gonna have to deal with. So it's like, but he did get through. He did get through the murkiest of waters. He definitely got through the murkiest of waters so far. So let's hope that we'll see.
Hey, I'm not here to cast any shade on Deshaun Watson. I'm here just to cast shade on everybody else in America. Honestly, I had no beef with Deshaun Watson whatsoever. I defended Deshaun Watson when the initial charges came out. Because I believe that he should be playing football. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I had beef with everybody else because everybody is wishy-washy. Sometimes y'all want to hold people to certain standards and then, just because the lawman ain't doing it no more, now he's in the clear or whatever. Nah, y'all better keep that same energy. I said before that people weren't going to care about this stuff when push came to shove, and now they don't. Because people don't care about that stuff when it comes down to football. People will overlook anything to win football games.
When you're winning.
Deshaun Watson's an elite talent. When you get a guy like that, you will be winning.
Well, he wasn't winning with the Texans, so
I feel what you're saying, stuff. I feel what you're saying to an extent because I don't think they're just overlooking it. Like they waited till Friday for a reason, and that was to see if there was any criminal charges. Had there been criminal charges, he likely would have been looking at a suspension, even more time out of the league, and they weren't going to just overlook that. They were definitely waiting to see if he could play. Now, the civil cases, I guess they're willing to overlook that stuff because a lot of the times those things work themselves out. There's not much you can do anyway. But I don't think they were just overlooking what Deshaun was going through. And I think they understand what it means to bring this guy in because you're not going to bring him in, put a microphone in front of his face and not have someone ask him about his experience with all this. You know what I mean? So whoever brings him in, you can't overlook this. This can't be overlooked. 22 civil cases is 22 too many.
Facts, bro. There'll be protests in the parking lots and people boycotting. It'll be all sorts of stuff. Like the chances are it'll be all sorts of stuff like that. And so whoever does take him on, you're probably getting a PR nightmare.
But I agree with you at the same time, Scruff, because I do think it's worth it. Me and you have had conversations about Deshaun Watson in the past. He's top tier, bro. Like he's one of the best quarterbacks available, possibly the best quarterback available. Just missed one of the prime years of his career. I'm sure he's hungry. So whoever gets him, I think they're going to be a dangerous team. And it's looking like the Browns and the Saints are emerging as front runners. What are y'all thinking about
the Browns?
And that just goes to show you the fact that the Browns popped up in the sweepstakes. Just goes to show you that like F your marketability, F anything that you care about. Mr. I'm in 15 billion commercials, can't keep the lights on at the stadium, but Mr. Touch and Go is the top choice for quarterback, and we giving out draft pick compensation. Clearly, Deshaun Watson is head and shoulders above who you thought was a good quarterback in the NFL, which they thought was Baker Mayfield. I'm surprised the Browns are in the mix, but I'm not surprised because I guess they realized what they had. Because Deshaun Watson is another level. I heard the Panthers in the mix too, though.
The Browns are one of those teams. One of them franchises. I feel like if you want to switch teams, go right ahead because, bro, why would you have Baker Mayfield? And I'm not saying he's a super elite talent, but like you potentially are giving this guy's job away. Fair or not, like that's the type of stuff that ruins franchises. It's bad business, man. You can't even feel like your job's safe. But I don't really care where Deshaun Watson goes as long as it's in the AFC.
I heard he might go to the Falcons as well. I heard that was in the mix.
Yeah, they were.
Sean Payton definitely might come out of retirement if Deshaun Watson decides to come to New Orleans. I can
I'm
definitely see that happen. My man
not
Sean
really
Payton.
worried.
Hold up. Might have
I
spin the block
forgot.
on that.
No,
Shout out to my guy Jim.
no. Sean Payton does not come back for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, all right, bro.
I don't know,
Listen,
bro.
Sean Payton left because Drew Brees was done, bro. He was like, I'm not messing around with no Jameis Winston, no Taysom Hill. I need a legit quarterback to run my system. Drew Brees was out of there. Sean Payton saw the writing on the wall. You're tripping if you think Sean Payton never going to be an NFL coach again. And Deshaun Watson might be enough to make him be like, yeah, let me go ahead.
Not back with the Saints.
Why?
I think it just ran its course. You know what I'm saying? Just like
Yeah, it ran its course because Drew Brees retired. That's what ran its course.
it don't
Drew
matter
Brees
why
ran his
it
course.
don't matter why it ran its course. It ran its course. Like
If Deshaun Watson was their quarterback last year, he would have never left.
let's put it like this: if there's a job opening next year and there's a quarterback, all right, next year. But like, I don't think he's coming back for Deshaun Watson. That's nasty. Like you can't if you
wait, it wasn't nasty, but Tom Brady came back.
Tom Brady
ain't pulling Tom Brady.
People feel comfortable with their sisters around Tom Brady.
Hey, Sean Payton don't got to bring his sisters around. All I know is this, bro. All I know is this. When the protesters show up at the parking lot at the Saints game, guess what they gonna say to them?
Oh, no one is going to question.
Who that?
Who that?
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Who that?
Terrible, man. It was hilarious.
Bro, you can't even like. If that's crazy, bro. To say I came back for this guy that I was making sure he beat the Chargers, like, it's something that he probably, he's not convicted, but.
And see, this is what it comes down to. This is really what it comes down to. It's all about narrative. It's all about backlash, right? Ultimately, for most of these teams, right? Can you take the backlash? Are you willing to take the backlash of the guy coming in? Because if Deshaun Watson comes back and Sean Payton comes back because of him, then that's a bad look, right? But if he comes down to his hometown in Atlanta, even that would be interesting. We talk about a guy like Matt Ryan, who's kind of on his way out, but he is kind of like a still pretty good quarterback in the NFL. If they was to out the dude to end his career a year early to bring in this guy who's a hometown kid, but obviously has some allegations against him. You know what I mean? Like, is that okay? You know what I mean? I don't know. I think any team. I think the only teams that shouldn't be calling about Deshaun Watson are the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Chargers, and the Bucks. I guess now, but you know what
they say, man. All is fair in love and football.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, Deshaun does have the no trade clause, man. So he gets to pick, man. If you're Deshaun, which one of these destinations would you choose? Which team looks the best?
At this point, it might really be the Browns. I mean,
Deshaun
Watson never really had a receiving core for real. He had DeAndre Hopkins. I shouldn't say never. He had DeAndre Hopkins, but wasn't much after that. I mean, Will Fuller was always getting hurt. They never really had that.
Yeah, he had a receiver.
You talking about you get Amari Cooper out there now?
Yeah.
I would play with the Saints. I would say the Saints.
And you get a running game,
bro. Saints or Atlanta's the best moves, bro.
You get one of the best running game. Not only do you get a running game, you get probably the best running game in the league. At least the best 1-2 punch at running back.
Garrett and Clowney on defense.
Come on, man. The Browns is not
who they got opposite of Amari Cooper right now?
Jarvis
Landry.
No, Landry's out of there.
Yeah, he's out of there. They could draft somebody.
Nah, it's one of them random guys.
Donovan Peoples-Jones. They might have to get somebody else after that.
Nah,
they definitely gotta get somebody else.
Definitely the Saints or Panthers. Saints or Panthers.
I like Higgins.
I would say the Saints or the Falcons, honestly. Yeah, any one of those teams, honestly, in the AFC South.
Nah, bro, but the Falcons, you're not getting anything, bro. Like, the Falcons are one of the worst. They've been winning. I mean, you get Kyle Pitts, but they just lost Calvin Ridley.
Nobody's going to play with Russell Gage.
But Russell Gage signed with the Bucks.
It's a long-term.
Russell Gage.
It's a long-term plan here, man. Like, the dude's from Atlanta, you building with a franchise. You Deshaun Watson, like, you get somewhere you can become. Your team can get better.
What city? Scrub. That's false. I just told you. The Houston Texans didn't become.
Bro, the Houston Texans are an NFL franchise, Bryce.
Bro, the Falcons were just drafted top 4, top 5.
I know, but they were good for like 10 years prior.
Wait. Hold on. What are the Falcons going to do? They bring in Deshaun Watson, and they still got Matt Ryan crazy contract on the books. Like, they're not going to have no money to make no moves.
Including Matt Ryan in that trade, right?
They got you.
I highly doubt
trade him to the
the
Colts.
Texans are going to want Matt Ryan.
Yeah, he probably end up in the Colts. He'd be next on the carousel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I highly doubt the Texans are going to want Matt Ryan. If they rebuilding, why would I want Matt Ryan as my rebuild? Like, no, give me all those first round.
They got to get rid of him. You can't disrespect Matt Ryan like that.
All right, well, I think then the Saints is the best spot.
Okay.
How about that?
Saints is a decent option, but without Sean Payton, I feel like that option drops a couple notches. I mean, because who you throwing to at the Saints? Michael Thomas, right? But where Mike?
They got some options out there. Thomas,
Thomas is on that top. Who else? They options?
Callaway. What's his name?
Thomas ain't a strong
like, okay, I'm not saying Marcus Callaway is trash, but like, or is that who we? That's who we give him.
They still got Joe Horn. They got Joe Horn up there.
Yeah, how about the Panthers then? Panthers got a pretty good squad.
Panthers got DJ Moore and Roby, right?
And McCaffrey.
I mean, they're probably giving up McCaffrey in that trade. They already said that he was on the market.
Oh damn!
Wow, McCaffrey and Kamara. Oh no, I'm tripping. McCaffrey and the Texans. Hey, and I like Davis Mills, bro. Don't sleep on Davis Mills. Like, he showed me something last year. So the Texans, they definitely not gonna want no quarterback. They're gonna see what they can do with Davis Mills. Try to tank one more year, get another. Wait for next year with all the nice quarterbacks coming out.
They must be waiting for Arch Manning.
What is Seattle gonna do?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what y'all keep playing. And that's why you was far off, T. You talking about Carson Wentz is going to get cut. Carson Wentz is several tiers below the quarterback carousel before teams get cut.
Would rather
there's still quarterbacks that are about to get dropped. Not dropped, but they're still going to get dropped there. Like Matt Ryan, he's next plummeting on the
Jimmy G still has to move, but I'd rather lose.
Going down the baggage carousel as well. These are guys that are not going to get cut, but are going to end up in new spots. Watch. There's going to be at least 3 more quarterbacks move.
Bro, I really feel like Matt Ryan is one of those dudes that's like was in a similar situation as Matt Stafford, bro. I don't think Matt Ryan is as bad as like.
But Ryan's older though.
Over the last couple years.
Yeah.
He got to be around the same age as Stafford.
Ryan don't even look like he can move.
He was never really mobile, but like I don't know. I feel like if you put him on like a team that's like ready built. Like, if he ends up on the Colts, right? Like,
yeah,
that could be a nice little. I mean, they did it with Phillip Rivers when he had a noodle arm at that point. Phillip Rivers was shot putting.
Hold on, what did they do? The Colts,
Phillip Rivers was shot putting the 9 routes at the end of his career, bro. It was crazy.
That would be a great fit, though. Honestly, if he went to the Colts, that would be a great fit for the Colts. It would be a great fit for Matt Ryan, and it would be very fitting. Actually, we'd be predicting that.
I can see it.
I could definitely see it. But yeah, man, a lot of good news in the NFL, man. No more quarterback talk, man. Quarterbacks get way too much attention. So outside of the quarterback carousels, it's a little overrated in my opinion. A lot of great moves happened this first week of the off season, man. So I just want each of y'all to let me know who had the biggest move. Who was the biggest move? Team, player. I just want to hear what y'all think was the best move so far free agency. T, I'm gonna start with you.
Bro, that's a question I haven't even thought about.
Damn.
I haven't even thought about it. I'm trying to think.
The Chargers? Chargers picked up J.C. Jackson.
I do like what the Chargers did because you got to AFC's loaded with quarterbacks. You got to stop those guys, pass rushers, corners. I do like what the Chargers did, but. I don't know if that's the best move. It's been so many moves. I don't know. Give me a second.
All right, Rome. You know, you got something for me, right? What's the narrative?
Yeah, I mean, T's right. There has been a ton of moves. I don't know that one really outweighs the other. But one that definitely sticks out in my mind was the one that you just mentioned, man, was the Khalil Mack going to the Chargers. I feel like the Chargers are loading up, getting J.C. Jackson. I mean, once you see the Broncos make that move for Russ, as the Chargers organization, you know you got Justin Herbert on that rookie contract. You just seen the other team in LA make similar moves, loading up, going all in for the season. So I think the time is now. If you're the Chargers, man, you just missed the playoffs. You can't have that happen again. You gotta load up, and I think that's what they're doing. So I think them getting Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson, building up on that defense when they already got a strong offense. I would give the edge to the Chargers for making the biggest splash right now. But like T said, man, there's been a lot of moves that have been happening, and it's still early. Like I don't even think it's technically. I think technically it doesn't really start till tomorrow. I think it's just the
Right.
legal tampering period. So like
Yeah.
it's about to get even crazier in a minute. But yeah, right now I give it to the Chargers.
Yeah, I feel that wrong, and I feel like the Chargers. Okay. This might come off wrong. They didn't miss their window, right? Because obviously Justin Herbert is certified, right? But what I'll say is like they might have been a year too late. Like they may have should have gone all in like this last season. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why my biggest splash goes to the Jaguars. Because they're projecting right now. They're projecting that Trevor Lawrence is the prospect they believe him to be. And because they think who he is, who they think he is, they're going all in right now. You know what I mean? They're not going to wait for him to prove it too much. They're going to surround him with the pieces at this very moment. Did they overpay? Probably. But did they make moves? Definitely. I mean, you're talking about adding Brandon Sheriff, Pro Bowl guard. We'll see hopefully he can stay healthy for them. You talking about adding Christian Kirk, one of the most explosive receivers on the market. And then you're talking about doubling down with they added another receiver too. I'm blanking. Who was it?
They added Zay Jones.
They added Zay Jones, and they
Zay
added
Jones not bad.
Nah,
Zay Jones
Zay
Jones only got the ball because Ruggs wasn't there.
Okay. Yeah, and he showed what he could do because they've been gassing Zay Jones. Like if you play fantasy football like Dynasty League
every season,
they've been gassing Zay Jones for a minute, right? So like, and then they also made moves on that defense too. Like I mean, Jaguars trying to make it happen. And I respect it, bro. I respect it. I respect them looking at their situation, saying, "Let's go surround our guy with pieces right now, and let's not wait around until it's too little, too late." So, I like what the Jaguars are attempting. I do, and they got Evan Ingram. So that's another guy that like Evan Ingram's one of those guys that got all the talent in the world. I was very high on Evan Ingram coming out. He just hadn't put it together. But he's another guy coming from what's been a pretty bad organization over the last few years. And Gerardo's New York Giants. Let's just be honest. The Giants been trash, and Evan Ingram's talent's been wasted a lot over there. So we'll see if he can make it happen with Trevor Lawrence.
Jags was definitely in a big need for a tight end. They had Dan Arnold was the starting tight end prior to that. So
that's my guy.
Definitely needed a tight end though, B. You know what I mean? Dan Arnold's more like a 2. But I feel it.
Jags got better addition by subtraction, man. You got rid of Urban Meyer. Like that's worth 2 to 3 wins by itself.
Yeah. Let's not forget that was your one of your picks for coach.
No. Here we go. roll the whole tape.
Different carousel.
Roll the whole tape.
Same team, different carousel. Okay. All right. Nah. Shout out to the Eagles. Finally picked up a linebacker. First linebacker we signed since Jeremiah Trotter. So thank God for that. Finally got a linebacker.
I'm pretty sure he's a D. I'm pretty sure I'm picking him to play DN, but I could be wrong.
Who? Hassan Reddick?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's
a linebacker, but he's
technically outside linebacker, but yeah, he probably gonna be more.
I played 4-3 though. I mean, I think he's gonna be a DN in that system.
I was told start off as a safety.
Nah, he started out linebacker.
Well, he started off as in college he was a DN, and then he got into the league, and somebody had the bright idea to switch him to middle linebacker.
He's like a hybrid.
And then they switched him to like rush linebacker. Then they put his hand back in the dirt in Carolina, and he had like 11 sacks and 12 sacks. So
maybe I'm tripping.
I've been told by Eagles brass that he's going to be playing more of a Michael Parsons role this season.
There you go, bro. A Michael Parsons role, huh? That's what I'm playing. All right.
That's what they're drawing up for him as we speak.
Michael Parsons is changing the NFL landscape.
Yeah,
Michael Parsons roles.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. That's what happens, man. That's what happens when you special like that, man. People start, changing the game for you, man. Changing the game, man. But one thing that hasn't changed, man. It's a tried and true classic. You know what I'm saying? Just like the song March Madness, the tournament March Madness. It's that time, man. It's officially March Madness, man. We just kicked it off actually tonight. There was a 16 seed battle that went down a little bit ago. I think there's a game on right now, actually. But we got the playing games. Another 2 playing games tomorrow. One of the 2 playing games. Rutgers. Shout out Rutgers. You feel me?
Rah, baby.
Got to rep the Ruck, man. 11 seed. I think, honestly, let's just jump into this tournament, man. I ain't gonna jump in yet with my picks and all that. But yo, let's jump into this tournament, man. On all these teams, man, who do y'all like to make a run? Who do y'all think's a team that's a surprise? And let's just start with that. T, you look ready.
Hey man, I like Michigan to be sneaky. Like a lot of people were saying they shouldn't get in, but Michigan's a little bit better. They got a lot of talent. They had some injuries, but Michigan's better than their record, if that makes sense. And you know what I'm saying? How you not gonna get behind a coach that'll slap another coach for you? You know, that's the type of momentum a player likes. So, you know, but
is it?
Yeah. You know, these young guys like that NBA young boy energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, run through a wall for you. You know what I mean? That's real mad.
The ops. Juwan Howard slapped the ops, bro. So, but yeah, I like Michigan. I like Baylor again. If y'all was in the bracket, you know what I'm saying, with me last year, and you were, you know how far I had Baylor going. My UNC team got an 8 seed, and they walk into if they win, they play Gonzaga. So yeah, because I do like Gonzaga. I like Timmy, and I like all the white boys out there, Chet Holmgren and all that. Like Gonzaga's tough. So this might be a year that the Zags actually get a chip. I got to really look at the brackets, but I like Gonzaga to make a run, and I like Michigan as a sleeper. But who knows?
I like
March
that.
Madness.
I like
It's March Madness. Give me another few days. You know what I'm saying? By next Tuesday, I know for sure.
I like that, man. I'm having a hard time getting all the way across the board. I got like pretty much my Elite Eight, you know, up to the like Elite Eight, Sweet 16. That's when decisions start getting difficult. Bryce, man, what's some teams that you like? You know, who do you think's gonna make a deep run, and who do you think's gonna surprise some folks?
First of all, I shouldn't give y'all any of my fucking intel, considering I'll probably be doing a bracket with you fools. And all of a sudden, I'll drop all these teams right now and look at y'all's bracket. Y'all have all my Elite Eight that I drop right now in y'all's Elite Eight. I know how y'all do, man. Especially you, Scruff. You'll take my intel and use it against me. But there's a couple teams that I'm definitely rocking with right now. First one that I feel like is always slept on, and it'll be the ultimate movie line story, is Duke. I mean, come on, Coach K's last ride. It's Coach K's last ride, right? It's the last ride for Coach K. They got one of the top 3 guys in the next year's draft right now, and Paolo Banchero. I hope I said that right. Bruh's a dog. If you haven't seen him play yet, you sleep. Now, I know the guards surrounding him are a little young, but whenever you got a guy that's that dynamic, I think you got a shot, especially when you got coaching. To me, I got a little formula that I've worked out, right? That's helped me over the last few years. I picked from other people's formula and kind of made my own. But 2, I probably shouldn't be giving this out either. You know what I'm saying? But two of my rules for picking, you know, March Madness teams is 1, you got to have a coach that I trust. If I don't trust your coach, I'm not picking you to go far, bro. So it got to be a certified coach. And 2, you got to have guard play. You got to have good guard play. More importantly, good perimeter guard play. Like, even if it's a small forward, if he plays on the perimeter consistently, I like that in March Madness. I'm never a big fan of the team that's just relying on that one random big man. I feel like that can be schemed for a little more than that perimeter play when the guards get hot.
Luka Garza.
Yeah, like, they didn't really work out last year, right? But like, you saw what happened when, like, even like last year, if you look at Gonzaga, that's why I don't got Gonzaga that high this year. Because although I like Chet, y'all know I'm high on Chet, but Chet and Timmy, they both kind of play more of that inside. It's more of an inside-out game than like perimeter play. And I feel like Gonzaga didn't have that perimeter play, that guard play they had last year, and Suggs and Ayayi and Kispert, right? Those guys are gone. So I feel like they're going to have a little more of a struggle this year. But some of these teams with these good guards, like I like Houston. I mean, they made a nice little run last year. I like them again. Like I said, I like Duke. I like Purdue, honestly. I mean, Jaden Ivey, that's my dude, bro. Like, I feel like he's probably, especially with the emergence of John Morant this year, I feel like you can see a lot of John Morant in his game. He might end up being the number 1 overall pick. You never know. But I like Jaden Ivey a lot, so I can see them making a nice little run. And shout out to the Rut, man. Rutgers been beating a lot of top teams recently. They went on like a 3-4 week straight streak of beating top 25 teams. You never know, man. Maybe we can see RU in that Sweet 16. That's my hope.
Okay,
Big
I like
dance.
it. I like it, man. I mean, it's the big dance, man, and proving that you can dance with the Giants and not get your toes stepped on, man. So it's a great skill to have come March. That's all I know.
Brooks, did Miami make the tourney? I know ACC was kind of.
No, I think they played Duke in the championship. Was that the semifinal? I know
No,
Duke
Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech.
Miami's a 10
Yeah, Virginia Tech won it. I know Duke beat Miami, so I don't know.
Hey, I will say this. I will say this about the tournament, and we'll talk about this. We seen what happened last year. I'm gonna talk about this year. Last year we saw what happened come tournament time. Like a lot of teams, made the tournament from their respective conferences. A lot of teams were talking big about the Big Ten, and I'm big on the Big Ten, but the Big Ten got dominated in the tournament last year. And it was actually the Pac-12 that came out and was the dominant tournament conference. Now we'll see what happens this year. I think the Big Ten is going to have a little bit of a stronger performance, but honestly, I'm feeling that ACC teams are going to make some noise this year. Duke being obviously one of them. I think Miami is a team that I don't know if you would qualify as an upset, but like 11 seed, I would watch out for them. There's a couple other teams. You mentioned Michigan is another team. It's a Big Ten team, 11 seed. I think they can make some noise. Bryce, you mentioned Rutgers, bro. No hometown stuff, but when you look at a good Cinderella, you know what I'm saying? When you look at a good team that's going to make a run anyway, I don't really like these young teams that are centered around young guys because it's a tournament, you know what I'm saying? That's great and all that, you know what I'm saying? So, Duke, as talented as they are, I don't know if they can make the run because the three best players were all freshmen.
Got a young team, yep.
Yeah, very young team, So, I like to have a team that has some senior leadership, right? And then I also, you know what I'm saying, I like to have, a team that's got the experience winning those type of games. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for these boxes. And Rutgers checks all those boxes. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of those boxes. You got a senior leadership. Pretty much four starters, I believe. On that team, excuse me, three out of 5, I believe, are seniors. You know what I'm saying? We got Ron Harper Jr., we got Legacy out here. We've got guys that have hit big shots. You got a smaller school. I'm saying I think this is a good year for a team to make a big dance. And I think Rutgers is a team that could. I think Rutgers makes it at least to the Sweet 16, Elite 8 territory. If they were to reach to the Elite 8, that would mean they'd have to beat Duke. So that's pretty much where I would see things are going to get interesting. But I think they could beat Duke. I just don't know if they could beat Gonzaga. So yeah, that's my.
One of these gas caps player.
I'm the only one without the gas hat on today.
Man, I'm
backwards. The gas cap.
Missed the memo. It's all good though.
Hey, one more team. Don't sleep.
Watch out for Kentucky.
I was about to say that actually. I was about to say that. I like Ty Washington, man. That's my dude, bro. Ty Washington is a baller.
Ty's a dog. Ain't Ty from New York
dog.
or New Jersey area or something?
I think
probably.
So. And you know what? Another team, bro, that I like. I don't know, bro. It's hard to go back. It's hard to go back to back in the NCAA tournament. But UCLA, bro, they got one more year after making it last year. And I love that point guard they got with the locks, yo. I can't remember his name, but he just he's a tough little baller, bro. And then my guy is it Jaime Jaquez or something like that? What's his name, bro? I've been watching a ton of college ball. I watched
because it was going off last year. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I think it's like Jaime Jaquez or Javier.
He had a good tournament last year.
He was balling last year, bro. And I think he's gonna be back on it. He been balling again this year. So, man, I think UCLA gonna be another tough out. But Miami, I do like Miami. That's one of them teams right there. It's like coaching matters, and Jim Larrañaga's done it with the small school like George Mason. And I think it's time to do it with a big school like Miami is right around the corner.
And shout out to Miami. That's why Brooks want Miami to win. You know what I'm saying? Me, Brooks, D Money got a coworker, you know what I'm saying? Well, a former coworker for me, but a friend in common. Her son is Anthony Walker. He plays power forward for Miami. I think he's like 6. Yeah. Big fella, about 6'8", 6'9", athletic, block shots, highlight dunks. But yeah, I like Miami too. Isaiah Wong and like you said, Larrañaga, coaches you can trust. So
Larry Nagel, one of those coaches where he's got a system and he knows how to slot guys into that system, bro. Like he does it year after year. Seems like, man. Even since he got to Miami, it's like he's always got a good team, bro. And I think it's just a matter of time before he makes a deep run with the Hurricanes. Maybe it'll be this year.
Maybe, man. You just never know with the tournament, man. 11 can't make a run. We've seen them. We've seen it happen. So it's be a cool year, and there's been a lot of parity. I didn't get to watch like a ton of college, but from what I saw, a lot of number ones, a lot of top tens got knocked off. The rankings jumped around a little bit. So this one is up in the air for real. I think it's some teams at the top that should be worried, and some teams in that middle that got a good shot of creating some upsets.
Oh yeah, I know I probably named way too many teams now, but shout out UConn too. Shout out UConn.
Hey, shout out to the field, baby.
Shout out. If you made the tourney, man, shout out to you, because that's, from what I understand, that's an experience. You know what I'm saying? From the guys I've talked to that won their conference tournament or got in, yeah.
Ain't easy, man. Honestly, like Rutgers been playing so great all season. Like the fact that we in the play-in is like a tad disrespectful, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying?
The play-in is one of the strangest things that you could be an 11. Rutgers an 11 seed in the play-in?
Because it clearly shows the caliber.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You would think all the play-ins would be the 16s or whatever, but I don't make the rules. I just
it's kind of finagle. It's kind of finesse, but it's all good because we cardiac kids, man.
I mean, it kind of limits how far some of the 11s can go too. Like making you had that extra dog fight before the tournament even starts is kind of,
Like, and what's the point of it, bro? Like, why do I have to play in at an 11 seed? Like,
it's for the fans, right? Because you don't want to watch Norfolk State play Weber State.
It's true.
No. I'm not saying like, okay, I feel you on that. But it's just like, it doesn't seem fair to me, bro. It doesn't seem fair that an 11 seed needs to claw its way into the tournament while the 16th seed is just, or a 14th seed is just good. I'm tripping. The automatic bids don't have to play in. That's what it is. That got to be what it is, right? The automatic bids don't play in, right? You just
if you're automatic bids, you in.
Yeah, you don't have to play in. So that's what it is. That's how they justified having more teams, because the automatic bids don't have to play in.
Makes sense.
You win your conference, you in there.
That does make sense. The automatic bids don't gotta face the playing tournament.
But still, playing 11's plan is kind of. I mean, like I said, it's for the fans. That's essentially what it is. TV dollars. I'm not mad at it.
Hey, you know what? Honestly, like, it's the only game. I'm not gonna lie. I did watch the last game, but like the game I really want to watch out of the first four, it's the Rutgers game. You know what I mean? Come on now.
Yeah, and if you don't want to be an 11 seed, do better.
Yeah, I mean,
this guy. If you don't want to be here, do better. I know.
Hey, look, guys.
I dropped that line.
Guys, you a 4 seed. You know what I'm saying? Our March Madness starts. Guys, AAU March Madness starts Saturday.
I think any team like 1 through 11, for the most part, like is capable. There's lower seeds that are capable of making runs in this tournament. I think this is a year where anybody can win it.
All it takes is somebody to get hot, man. One player, just to go crazy and propel your team.
You do need that. You need a player that's gonna get hot, right? You need the senior leadership. You know what I'm saying? You need the story, the good luck charm. You know what I mean? Like
like the old lady,
Sister Catherine.
What did I forget her name though? I can't remember her name though. From Loyola Marymount. Sister Patrick. What was his name?
Yeah.
The random rescue puppy that they found. It always be random stories, man. Like the random kid who like got I don't mean y'all know how it goes, man. Y'all know how it goes.
Hey, you know who we need to. I don't know if Rutgers has one, but we have Bryce. Me and Bryce would like to nominate somebody. The guy that was a classic legend from our time at Rutgers, the red bandana kid.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that, but I'm happy you went with that one.
Nah, it was this dude that was like, you rock the red bandana everywhere you go. He wasn't no set tripping, but he lucky he was on Rutgers campus. If he was on, Rutgers Newark campus, probably could have got ugly for the kid. You know what I'm saying?
I think he was one of those kids that like was obsessed with the Bloods, bro. Like never lived anywhere with Bloods a day in his life, but he just had an obsession with them. So like he would just always be red bandanaed out. He'd be everybody knew him, bro. Like you see him on the bus, everybody like, yo, red bandana kid. But if you said something about his red bandanas, bro, he gonna mean mug you, bro. Like, he took it to heart, bro. Like he
flip you the bird, all that.
Y'all hating on that man.
He's a wild boy. Shout out to Red Bandana Kid, man. RU legend, bro. RU was a lit experience, but it was a strange place when I think back. It was like a utopia. It was a strange utopia, bro.
Was it like a euphoria?
Nah, it wasn't like a euphoria. But if you on them Rutgers buses on the late night, you're gonna see. Matter of fact, man, a random story time, man. Since we talking about Bloods and whatnot. One time, I think Scruff might have been with me, man. We was on the Rutgers bus, late night, bro, coming back from a party, right? And I was a lot more disrespectful then than I am now. And sitting across, it was one of those buses where the people on the other side are facing you when you're sitting down. And there were two girls opposite of me. Let's just say they were typical PWI attendants. And they had their skirts on, you know what I mean? They were lit all night, they were drunk clearly. And when I looked at them, bro, like their knees, like both of their knees were bloodied out, bro. Like I don't know what they did that night, but their knees are just dripping blood, bro. Like active cuts, open cuts on their knees. Like, bro, what's going on? It's way too much blood dripping from their knees. They just chilling, talking, laughing like it's nothing. So I'm like, bro, I gotta send this picture to the gang, bro. Like, so I put out my Android at the time. This before I was on my iPhone wave. Put out my Android, bro. I went to take the picture of their knees, bro, because it was wild. Bro, why did my flash go off?
Flash.
Bro? My flash went off. I'm taking a picture of their bloody knees, bro. And these chicks are just staring at me like with the stalest faces, bro. Like, really, dude? I was like, yo, my bad. I think I still took the pic, just said my bad. But the type of things you see on those buses, man, it was me and Scruff got stories for days from RU, bro. Like sometimes we just talk about them and laugh, bro, because some of the stuff you can't make up.
Bloody knees. I never heard that story. That was the first one.
Scruff, he tried to pull you in. He tried to rope you in on that one. I think
he was with me. Maybe he wasn't with me. Scruff was with me a lot back in the day, but I had some wild Dolo adventures at the rut, man.
Sound like some pledging shit. I don't know nothing. I ain't seen nothing.
Scruff was studying for an exam.
Yep, nah, that's right.
He wasn't doing that. we ain't do too much of that. Somehow we always pass, but we ain't do too much studying, bro. We were smart guys.
You're photography.
Well, I'm gonna say my undergraduate experience was different than the student I am now. I'm a 4.0 student now, but I was like a 2.4 in my best.
Okay. But you was in there.
Bryce, though. I mean, I was in it. I had pretty bad grades to start, but I got right. My man Bryce, he studied for the LSAT while we were partying in the next room.
Oh, that was wild. Wild
time.
That was
wild. Well, it wasn't our party technically. It was someone else's party.
Bro, man, it seemed like we used to have parties every weekend, bro. We've destroyed those people's house. Feel bad for them this day.
Hey man, throw another party. It ain't too late.
Honestly, I was thinking about throwing like a classic banger, like on some classic shit. Because May 13th, I graduate with my master's degree. I might just rent out a crib out there and just turn it up like 39 Division.
Project X, baby.
For old time's sake.
To the break it down.
39 Division was a legendary address. I know that much, bro.
I might go rent out 39 Division itself.
I know that place like the back of my hand.
Yeah, I remember I was using the washing machines for like 2 weeks after we moved out, and they were like, "What the fuck are you still doing here?" I was like, "Oops." I thought it was alright if I still use the laundry machine.
And they're like, "Bruh, man."
Yeah, I'm like, nah, what the fuck? Change the locks. Call the police.
Hey, Scrub, remember the time we was in the crib, there was a random dude sleeping in your car?
Yep, I remember that. Hey, bro. Bryce's room was right next to the parking lot. So like I banged on his window from out there. I don't know if he was in there though. So I came back, I said, "Yo, somebody in my car, yo." What you mean? It was on graduation weekend, though. It was like the weekend we were graduating, so they might have just been bodied, to be honest. I was like, "Nah, don't get them out." And it was like, JJ Watt looking dude, but like a lot smaller.
TJ Watt.
Like JJ
TJ
Watt
Watt.
never touched the weight. Wild times, man. Wild
I
times.
told him to get the fuck out of the car. Shit, he was like, kind of stumbling. Bart's like, yo, just take it easy on him.
Yeah, Scrub pieced the man up, bro.
I was about to say, bro. I was waiting for that. I was
He had a rough night. He sleep in somebody random's car, bro. Don't do nothing to him. Scrub said,
I'll tag him real quick.
And I hit him with that Razor Ramon. Fucking tell him. I said, hey, yo, Chico.
Bro, dude didn't even wake up. Like, dude was we dragged him out the car. Somebody dragged him out the car, and the dude was like stumbling, but he's still like kind of out of it. Then he got pieced up. Then he wake up. He's like, "Yo, what's going on?" And he just takes off, bro.
That's a wild night, bro.
He was in the wrong side of town, bro, for that.
Hey, you know what's funny, man? Is like hearing you tell this story. I want to hear him tell the same story from his perspective. Like, yo, I was in this car, bro. I woke up, and this light skinned dude just two-pieced the shit out of me, bro.
He was probably like, oh, I thought I was in my car. I got in my car, dude. I don't even know, man. This dude, man. I was like, yo, what's the problem, man? He was just like, yo, I ran the fuck out of there, bro. I got out there so fast. I don't know, man.
Bro. On his graduation week.
He probably say he pieced you up. He probably say, yeah, they woke me up. I hit him with a two-piece and dip.
Hey, it was my graduation week too, bro. You feel me?
Graduation weeks are always fun.
You know what I mean? Shit. No violation, no harm, no foul, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I don't even know who that guy was. Wow. Now, I had a lot of legendary moments to Rutgers, man. Shout out Rutgers. Shout out NCAA tournament. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be ready to bash some brackets for sure. Any closing thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? We done hit a fair amount of topics this evening. Anything else that y'all like to add in before we chime out for the people at home?
Man, to all my young boys in college right now, empty the Ciroc bottles. Pour New Amsterdam inside. Nobody's gonna know. You just keep it between you and the homies, man. Nobody's gonna know that's not Ciroc. Right?
You know what's so funny about that? I just was like, remember, like we was at, I don't know, some girls. It was like, we never had Ciroc before,
and you never had,
and you still haven't.
Pouring them shots up, like, yo, you have it.
I don't think young people drink vodka anymore. Like, well, maybe college they drink anything. So
yeah, that's
maybe 30-year-olds don't drink vodka anymore. That might be what it is.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. It really depends on where you go, bro. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people drink tequila now, but
tequila.
No, that's literally the age. That's like the age group though. Like Casamigos has got a stronghold on you folks, man. Casamigos can't do no wrong right now, bro.
But that, you got to have that one liquor brand that has the throne. You know what I'm saying? Right now it's that Casa.
They got the culture.
Mi Casa, su Casa.
It don't make no sense, and it's not even that great, bro. Like it's
not
that great.
They won't have the throne.
Yeah, I drink the El Jimador.
Hey man, drink to your heart's desire, man. Drink to your heart's desire, bro. That's what I always say.
Yeah, you got to drink what you like, man. But names, images, brands, iPhones, all that. The marketing is genius. So
I like the dark.
I don't know how they just like infiltrated the culture the way they did. But Casamigos definitely had the crazy come up as far as marketing goes. And it didn't even seem like they marketed outright. Like it wasn't no in your face marketing. It was like that word of mouth. It just like it got around quick though.
All it take, I'm gonna tell you how it happens. All it take is some celebrity to buy it out at a nightclub, and everybody looking from their section like, oh, they got the sparkler on. What? Hey, what's that bottle? Hey, give me that. Like, and next thing you know, everybody on that.
Yeah,
everybody.
We're gonna mention they came
up during the pandemic.
Right, but Henny had a long run.
Henny did have a long run, but Henny wasn't that popular until the 80s, bro. So, like, you know what I'm saying? In the liquor game, that's a long run.
Henny
you know
had
what
a
I'm saying?
Tom Brady like run.
Henny was going crazy, but Patron had a tequila on lock before.
Liquor's been running for like centuries, though, guys. So like, let's keep
Patron tried to knock the Henny off.
Yeah, Patron had a nice little run too, bro. Like,
y'all remember the Grey Goose run? Y'all remember those days?
I enjoyed Grey Goose.
Grey Goose is
That
still good.
That was a great era.
Grey Goose,
That was a great era.
Was the whole era, bro. Like, oh man,
now everybody's rock with that Tito's.
Yeah, good.
Tito's going crazy. I don't know what. Hey, bro, Tito's like the vodka version of Casamigos, bro.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like
Tito's.
Tito's.
I don't fuck with Tito's like that, but I agree with you.
Tito's.
You know what it is, bro?
It's
that FOMO, bro. It's that FOMO. That fear of missing out is so real, bro. It's like, yo, remember that one random tequila bottle, that white and blue bottle looked like some sort of pottery?
It got the bell on it. I forgot what it's
called. What?
Nah, that's not Don Julio.
Don Julio.
That's it's called like Azul or
something like that.
It got the bell on it, but
that shit is overrated, bro. That blue and white bottle, and the bottle is lit, but that tequila is like it's overrated. But for a minute.
But it's expensive
on social media, Instagram. It was everywhere, bro. Like,
yeah, because you gotta have a little money. You buy an $80 bottle of liquor. You know what I'm saying, from the liquor store. Like when you could get the same amount for 15, 20.
Yeah, you're right though.
Shout out to that 1942.
That my boy, what's his name?
Yo, I was just about to bring up the Nouveau, bro. I was just about to ask you boys about Nouveau.
Boy, I was off the Nouveau. I was off the Nouveau in Miami in Privé.
Yeah, you tripping. Nouveau
that shit was so overrated, bro.
Hypnotic and all that.
It was Hypnotic before Nouveau. That's a fact.
That pink bottle. That pink.
He was a real wild one.
Pink bottle.
Mad Dog 2020. He was a real wild
one.
Hey, Mad Dog just came out with some new flavors, man. Somebody I follow on IG was taste testing it.
Man, that Mad Dog 2020 turned you into a new person.
Hey, I'll fuck with a Mad Dog before I fuck with a Four Loco. Yeah, see, I'll fuck with a Mad Dog.
No, the OG Four Loco.
The original Four Loco.
Not when they switched it up and just made it straight malt liquor. I'm talking about the OG with the energy drink in it. That was like they was calling it cocaine.
Bro,
yeah, they was putting people on their ass.
We see some people drinking them joints, bro.
Was fucking people up.
I see some people drinking them joints. They were looking like they soul got snatched.
Yo, no bullshit.
I love how you looking like a fiend.
Man, that's
you be out here running around like Rue.
I ain't gonna lie though. For someone that was deep in that era, they got the job done, bro. One Four Loco can, it would be like, yo, like I think I used to get like the lemonade one or something, bro. But by the time that thing was halfway gone, you was like, yo,
bro, yeah.
Bro,
and I know people
feel like the man off the Four Loco.
I'll tell you what though, me and my brother Bryce right here, when the first original Four Locos was out, you know what I'm saying? We was trying times. We wasn't always, thriving entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? We was young guys with very strapped cash, bro. $10, maybe $5 will get us through the whole. That's a great Friday night in Rutgers, New Brunswick, because we would go get the Four Loco and go 5 and 5 on the Bleezy. 1 Four Loco, 1 Bleezy. That's all we need for the night, bro. And we was toasty.
Y'all niggas was Beavis and Butthead. No.
Or nah. Here's another story though. First time me turning up with Bryce, right? We had the bus stop, right? We about to go to the party, right? Bryce know the party and whatever. So I'm at the bus stop. Bryce pull up. I'll never forget it. He rocking a Washington Nationals hat. You know what I'm saying? Some jeans and probably some foam posits, if I had to guess. And he rocking the hat. And he's like, pulls out from his little jacket. Might have been like a members only jacket. I don't know type stuff he was on, but pulled out a joint.
I was flying ahead of my time.
He was flying his head. It might have been the North Face,
nasty fit.
It might have been the North Face, actually. So he pulls out the bottle and he said, yo, I got some Bacardi 151. You want to take a sip? And I said, all right. And I'm a freshman in college. I don't know shit about liquor, bro. So I take that shit back. That shit hit my throat. That shit. That dog came right up. I was like, oh God. He was like, yo, you good? You good?
We were drinking the 151 straight, no chase, bro. Like
Nigga, you ain't offered me no chaser.
Wild time.
See that shit? That's the type of shit you do when you're young. You wouldn't even do that shit today. Like that's not even like some adult drinking type shit. Like the 151 like that,
bruh.
At the bus stop. That's some young nigga shit.
The 151 straight in college story I got. We need to have a Patreon or something. You got to pay for that one. Me and my man Mark. Hey Bryce, you know what? Me and my man Mark, bro.
See, I do know Mark, so I know this is going to be a wild story.
Bro, you got to pay for that one. Like, I can't get that story for free. But that 151, that's a game changer right there.
It really is, bro.
We have some stories that we can't give out for free. That's a fact, bro. Y'all getting the PG, the rated G stories.
We might need a Patreon.
Nah, what time is it, man? This is really about to get to be the gas after dark. Normally we stop rolling at this point.
Oh yeah, that Korean soju. I never had it, but it sounds like it's a killer.
Hey, that Korean should be smooth. Yeah, Korean liquor be very smooth.
Is it like
unorthodox
Korean soju? That sounds like something Deshaun Watson asked for.
Yo,
crack that soju boy. Crack that soju boy.
Korean soju.
Nah, I think I had that Korean soju before.
Yeah, call that rocket power.
Hey, me and D Money. Well, I don't even know if I should put that out there.
Yo, but the 99s was all right. I ain't mind those.
I would just say I had the rocket fuel at work before. You know what I'm saying? The 151 at work before.
Y'all some wild boys for that.
Protecting the homeland. You know what I'm saying? Searching for terrorists off the 151. That's a different experience.
Y'all not getting me with no 151 stories, man. I got a crazy 151 story. Not while we live though. Not while we live.
We'll wait till we end the broadcast. Now, one time me and this guy Scruff, we went to the liquor store and we didn't know what we was gonna get, bro. And we looking all around. Really, we looking for something cheap, but something that's a lot of liquor, bro. And we look at the top shelf. We got some shit called like Don Barcode. What was that shit called, Scruff?
Oh, Ron Barcelo.
Ron Barcelo, bro.
It's very popular rum in DR.
I don't even know what the hell Ron Barcelo was, but this shit was horrible.
It was horrible.
We went through so many phases. Hey, Scrub, remember my Malibu Black phase, bro?
Yeah, with the plastic
Malibu Black
like it was water.
That sounds like college.
Until one day we in a party at my house, at our own house, and this chick come in. She thought she was fly. Really, she was just trying to find an excuse to talk to the kid. But she was like, "Oh, you think you the man with the Malibu Black, huh?" I'm like, "Damn, bro, like you disrespecting my bottle." Of course, she wanted a shot, bro. But after that, I retired to Malibu Black. And she was like, "You think you the man with some Malibu Black?" I'm like, "Yo, baby, maybe it's time to put this shit down. It don't even taste that good."
Well, Malibu Black.
I forgot about the Malibu Black, man.
We was stand though, man. I remember we was in the we used to be having sipes in the closet, and we had a big ass closet right by the party room. So it was like if you was in the closet with the bit, you know what I mean? It was all lit. You could probably fit like 12 heads in that closet.
So y'all,
if you made it to the closet, you
was definitely turned up. So remember we was in the closet, it was exclusive siphon. and I don't even know who this.
That's why y'all don't watch Euphoria. Y'all lived it. Y'all done.
Yeah.
That's why I like Euphoria.
Oh yeah, Euphoria reminds me of some of these stories I don't want to tell while we live, to be honest.
Yeah, shout out James Harden. James, where was you at the last 2 games, bro?
We didn't even talk about Jones and Embiid. James Harden was on that Ron Barcelo. That's where he was at.
James was on that Ron Barcelo.
James Harden is with 4 PS, man.
He was on that 42 no chaser.
That 151.
That's gonna be a fun summer out in Philly. That's what Lil Baby said. James Harden was right there, liking it all.
I tried to tell you, this man ain't coming to Philly to play no ball, man.
Bro, he's not gonna. Him and Joe, I'm ready to go on the record right now.
Oh God.
Him and Joel Embiid will have a Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid like fallout, bro. It's not gonna work, bro. I saw enough of the last couple games to realize that shit's not gonna work.
Right. And when
James enough in the last couple games, eh? That's all you needed to see, eh?
I seen James Harden trying to tell Tyrese Maxey to score. That's all I need to see.
James Harden trying to tell Tyrese Maxey to score. Come on.
Yeah, like
we brought you here to be the scorer.
Yeah, like so I'm telling you, hey, you're gonna play tonight, Tyrese? Like that's crazy.
It's not crazy. What you talking about?
That's crazy, bro.
You try
Like,
to take some motivational, try to take some motivational to the young bull and try to make it seem like it was lazy. Okay, I see what y'all doing,
bro. If they bring me in to work with you, and I hype you up to do all the work, like that's crazy.
I mean, he is playing point guard, but okay.
That's crazy,
bro.
Like,
I watching these games, I realized James Harden, he's not gonna be happy with the situation. You know why, bro? And I hinted at it when they first got together. Him and Embiid, they occupy the same spots on the floor. They want to do the same shit. Both of them want the ball at the top of the key. Both of them want to hit you with multiple moves before they go to the rack, before they shoot a jumper. Like, bro, they really got the same game for real. Joel Embiid is just 7 foot. And
Joel Embiid do step backs from 4 feet.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
It's hard to do from 34.
And they want the ball at the same spot.
Nah, but bro. What I said was they set Embiid against Jokic, right? Because we ain't getting this. They set Embiid against Jokic to play Harden with the backups, and Harden didn't even try to score. Like they let Denver walk the lead back, and it was a wrap after that. Like,
honestly, the James Harden has played in the last 2 games or 3 games isn't the same James Harden that played in the first 5. I'm telling you that.
Yeah, I mean, if a little baby in town, I know how to bet.
Next game, bro, he ain't been the same.
Hey, Boogie, what I tell you, bro, really gonna turn on that man, boy. Just wait, matter of time. Hey, Rome, it's a matter of time before they turn on that man Harden, bro.
I hope he,
a week ago. It was
I hope he get through the season.
Yeah, get out of here. Hey man, all I know he better than Ben. He better than. I'm just I'm critiquing, but like he better than Ben Simmons, bro. I don't care any way you slice it up, bro. He better than Ben Simmons.
How many points he have against the Nets?
More than Ben Simmons.
I don't know. Ben might have gave you a few more assists, a few more rebounds, a couple steals.
Ben might have played defense on Bones. Nigga named Bones out there giving him buckets.
Hey, bro, that shit never gonna work, bro.
Nah, I mean Harden can turn it on. Like the talent is there, and that's why it's so frustrating. Who y'all got?
Who y'all got? Spencer. I know you meant Crawford, but it came out Crawfish.
Crawfish.
Yeah, I was like Crawfish.
I'm taking the.
That's a tough matchup, bro.
That is a tough. I like Bud. I don't know if I haven't seen the old Spence yet. So right now I'm going with Bud.
To me, Spence hasn't been totally right since the accident, if I'm being honest, bro. I hate to say that too, but like it's just a fact from what I've seen. He hasn't been right since the accident, and I think that Crawford's only gotten better in that time. But one thing I say about Spence is like he has that like Spence ain't no quitter, bro. Like he gonna leave it all out there. So they ever do fight, which it might not ever happen. We might not get that fight till they both 40 or something stupid. But if it does happen, if it happens right now, I'm going Crawford. But if it happens later down the line, I can see Spence. Pulling it out. But right now, I'd probably go with Bud. Bro.
I would say that's the problem with boxing, bro. The matchups you want to see, you're not going to get.
I mean, we never got Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. We still haven't got Joshua and Fury, and Joshua done caught L since then. So it's like you don't even really want to see it now. You know what I mean?
The hype is gone. Yep.
Yeah, the hype is all the way gone. Anthony Joshua got 2 L's on, but that's another problem with boxing is 1 or 2 losses makes people disinterested in fighters, and it wasn't always like that, yo. 1 or 2 losses used to mean nothing, bro.
Well, the problem is 1 or 2 losses means the guy at the top is not going to fight you.
Yeah, that's a fact. Well, Andre retired undefeated, the only way I'm a Demetrius Andre fan, bro. Like I feel like bruh's one of the best in that division, but he's not fighting the best in that division because Canelo won't give him that shot, bro. If Canelo gives Andre the shot, I think Canelo probably wins, but that's Canelo's toughest fight, bro. Like, Boo Boo is nothing to play with, bro. Demetrius Andre is a dog, bro. Like, and I just want to see him get Canelo. If he gets Canelo, I think he has a shot. But if he fights a guy like Caleb Plant, guys like that, I think he remains undefeated. But Canelo's the only real option, bro. Man got big boxing questions. I can go all day with these. Sean Porter's definitely a Hall of Famer. No question. No question.
Man, lining them up, bro.
Sean Porter is not no Hall of Famer, bro.
He's definitely a Hall of Famer, bro. He's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Tough guy, goes in there, entertaining fights, but he's not no Hall of Famer.
I think Sean Porter's a Hall of Fame fighter.
What career defining wins? You know what I'm saying? What puts him in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, He's a champ. He's a world champion.
I'm not talking about belts. Who has he beat?
He's beat with Danny Garcia. He beat I'd have to Google.
I just don't think his resume is strong enough. But at the same time, I don't even know who's in the boxing Hall of Fame. So maybe he gets in. It might, you know what I'm saying? It might be like could be like the NBA. Like it's just easy. They let everybody in.
Yeah, stop saying that.
Free before 9. You know what I'm saying?
Adrian Broner, which I guess that's not a big.
No, bro. The can man.
Andre Berto, though, that's a pretty big win.
Berto, all right. I respect
Dennis
that.
Ugas, a pretty big win. Another thing I like about Sean Porter is that he won. He always gave great fights to everybody, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these guys would have went in with a Spence and got dogged, bro. That's when Spence was still hot, right? That's before the accident, Spence.
Yeah.
And Sean went in there and gave him a hell of a fight. And even with Bud, bro, like Bud Crawford, like that was probably his toughest fight, bro.
Nah, Sean gonna make you fight. I respect him. I just don't know if Hall of Fame, like, I think it's too easy to get GOAT and Hall of Fame, and like we gotta move the bar up, man. Make these people work for it a little more.
Yeah, you onto something with that. You've been saying that about the NBA Hall of Fame for a minute.
Yeah.
Baseball don't play with the Hall of Fame. They're gonna make you work in baseball.
Hey, these Deshaun rumors are heating up as we speak, fellas.
What they talking
Baker
about?
Mayfield he done tweeted out a little. It's what looks like a goodbye letter to Cleveland. If you ask me, it says, "I've given this franchise everything I have. That is something I've always done at every stage and at every level, and that will not change wherever I take my next step, whatever happens."
No, that's hurt. And that's what I was saying, bro. That's how you blow up a franchise. Cleveland is a franchise that gets it wrong every time, bro. You do not put your franchise quarterback, like you don't float that, right? If that trade happens, it has to happen. But it can't be floated that Baker's available. Like that's crazy.
See, the problem is that Baker Mayfield, who's not exactly the most neat person, personality-wise, is going to be upset now. If the trade doesn't go down, now you have a dismantled Baker Mayfield, and he's already not that good. So, like, don't make him upset.
Well, maybe firing his ass, bro, because Baker ain't lived up to the hype, in my opinion.
Even if you light a fire, right, when it's time to pay me, now that price is through the roof because y'all play with me.
Now you go for the Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Did you light a fire under his ass, or is he lighting the fire of a blunt right now?
And then D Money saying you want Deshaun Watson if Deshaun Watson goes to the Browns, Lamar Jackson better leave the whole conference. He got to go. And I was thinking about this, right? And this was not in the script. I was thinking about it. There is a world that exists where the Ravens move on from Lamar Jackson and don't pay.
Well, they would be fools to do that if you ask me. Like they've been playing with that man for too long. First of all, the man should have been got his bread. Rome said it last week. Why you think Kyler Murray's holding out? You know what I mean? Rome made some good points about Kyler Murray and his holdout. And Lamar Jackson's been the exact opposite, bro. He's been the epitome of class. He's sitting back. He's waiting. He's paying his dues. I think it's Ma Dukes is his agent. You know what I'm saying? So, like, maybe that's not the smartest move. Or maybe if he had Drew Rosenhaus, he would have got the bag already. But I don't know, man. I hope he gets what he deserves. I hope he gets what he deserves.
Negotiating his own deal.
What's that?
I thought he was negotiating his own deal. I didn't know his mom was involved.
Well, I think his mom on paper is the agent.
If they pay Lamar Jackson, it's gonna be some sort of team-friendly BS watch. They're gonna rape that man.
That'd be terrible, bro. That'd be terrible. That'd be real terrible, bro.
We ain't afraid of nobody. Okay. All right. That's what they say. Look at that. Surprisingly fans.
On from Lamar, bro. That would be crazy.
That'd be crazy, bro.
It's not that crazy.
If they do,
man,
they don't deserve it.
T is the master spin artist, bro. Like, I don't know how we started the show with this man hating on Washington QBs. Now he's like, oh, now I got my chance to hate on Lamar right before the show's over. Let me sneak right in there and throw some jabs at Lamar quick.
I'm not even in my bag yet. Let me officially make this statement, bro.
He's just making his way up 95, bro.
In my 36 years of life on this planet, bro, this is the worst Washington sports has been bar none, period. Every team's bad. Ravens bad, Washington bad, Wizards bad, Nationals bad, Capitals bad, Georgetown bad, Maryland bad. Like every team is bad.
Nationals not bad. We all right.
They got Juan Soto, but they're bad. They're not going to win, bro. Like this is the worst. This is the worst period in DC sports ever, and I don't think it's debatable. When have we seen Georgetown? It's terrible. Maryland didn't make the tournament. Did anybody get in? Did Mason get in? Did GW get in? Like this is the worst era of.
Bro, the Capitals still in the playoffs, bro. Chill.
Thank you.
I mean, you got to move out Maryland area.
You don't got to support the team. You just because you live there. That's like you don't got to date girls in your school in your neighborhood.
No, what I really wonder is like, what's the core phenotype of T Boogie? Like, is it like if I move you to like the Midwest of Florida, are you gonna hate on those teams, or is it just like a geographical thing?
No, bro. I call it how I see it. So. Jacksonville is terrible.
That's
Miami,
the problem. You only see it from the Maryland perspective of your tilted eyes. So I'm very concerned.
No, what are you talking about? There's franchises I like, but there's franchises that consistently
not
bad.
in the DMV. It's not no franchise.
I just think that maybe if you lived in a different area, you might see another fan base.
I like Ralph Region, Maryland football.
Man, I'm surprised you would throw the high schools in there.
Just a couple years ago.
Math ain't winning shit.
I'm talking about right now.
Howard been trash.
Howard's actually decent right now. Howard's one of the best. Bowie State, actually, Bowie State's football team is one of the best in the country. And
you man shooting from the hip right now, bro.
No, I want to say Bowie State coach or defensive coordinator just went big time D1. DC, that's still a team.
My man gonna start listening to Arena League football teams. Come on,
bro. I come from the area of the Washington Warthogs and all that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta Google that. Like I've been watching these teams lose my whole life, and now y'all about to try to tell me I need to support this nonsense. No, man.
How about the Bowie Bay Sox?
I don't know, but I don't know about those guys.
That's T's favorite team in the area, bro.
Hey, no lie. I went to the Bay Sox Stadium for 4th of July. Those fireworks, stupendous. Chef's kiss. I'm going back this summer.
Hey, don't worry. We
funnel cake fries. Bowie Bay Sox got a fan in me.
In the 2000s, and let's say in the last 5 years, the two of the Washington teams have gotten chips, the Capitals and the Nationals. So now it's just, it's the Skins next, or I should say the Commanders. Then the Wiz will eventually get it right. We about to get all four a chip in these next 10. These next 10, we'll have all four have a chip.
Got a better chance of Wale getting a Grammy.
Ooh. Now you gonna hate on Wale. You see how you man do, bro? He went like, yo, y'all don't got no rappers in this area. Y'all don't got no singers. Well, who's the last actor to come out of DC? Like, my man just gonna start criticizing the whole.
You don't like Maya? You don't like Genuine? Like, we can't get no love. No love for the city.
Yeah, Maya went to my high school actually. She's from PG County.
Boy.
Yeah, I mean,
she's not no shade for her. No shade for Maya.
Not at all.
No, Maya's bad. Like,
next thing you know, you're gonna be sitting on Toronto.
I don't hate on nobody that ever came from my high school. All right. We wouldn't have Google if it wasn't for my high school, but that's another story.
What's your high school?
Eleanor Roosevelt.
We don't got no time for your Google stories.
Nah, I'm just saying that the co-founder of Google went to my high school. Like, we put out a lot of greats. You know what I'm saying? D West, LeBron's father. Like, we got a lot of greats.
True.
Moco. No, Moco's nowhere.
Speaking of the area, though, man, one thing I advise everybody to watch. I know we're not doing what you're watching tonight, but yo, check out that Beasley, that Michael Beasley interview with the Pivot Podcast. Pivot Podcast is Ryan Clark. They used to play for the Steelers.
Yeah.
And what's the Fred Taylor and the other dude named Shannon Crowder. He used to play for the Dolphins. They got a real good podcast, man. They had Michael Beasley on there, bro. That podcast, and honestly, I felt like they was trying. They weren't trying to play my man, but they were low key playing my man. And Michael Beasley was noticing that shit. Like, yo, Michael Beasley is a smart dude, bro. And that podcast really, to me, showed how intelligent the dude actually is. He's been through a lot. He really detailed it. And they were kind of taking the angle like, we here for you. We here for you. kind of making it seem like he's never, like he never had nobody there for him. But Michael Beasley trying to like the message he's trying to convey is deep, bro. It's deep. You got to kind of see through the filler talk in there.
Yeah, I gotta watch it because
check it out.
I had the the privilege of being around Mike a little bit as a youngster, and then I know people that know him and grew up with him. So I'm curious to see this episode at least.
Man, he laid it all on the table, bro. He was mad transparent, mad vulnerable.
What I don't want to hear is that I didn't have a chance and they never let me shine and they didn't give me a shot. And
no, he didn't say they didn't give me a shot. He didn't use those type of words. And you know what? Honestly, he was very like willing to take some of the blame. But like he had some good points where it's like, I'm willing to take some of this blame, but I don't mean I can take all of it. Kind of like, like everybody had that kid in high school or in middle school or even elementary that was probably kind of like bad, always acted up. The teacher used to catch him. Then all of a sudden somebody else yells out and the teacher turns around and thinks it's that bad kid when really it was somebody else. But they just gonna blame that kid because it's been that kid a certain amount of time. And like to me, that's what kind of Beasley was getting at. He's like, yeah, I screwed up sometimes. Like if you look around, like there's a lot of people that done screwed up worse than me that still got shots. You know what I mean?
He was just like
why I didn't get my
spotlight.
Shot.
I
got a reputation for screwing up.
I was gonna say I do think a lot of that, and I don't think these kids understand some of the dynamics, the marketability, and things like that. Like a lot of that has to do with how you carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? Mike got kicked out of the rookie symposium.
A part of it's how you carry yourself, but another part of it is like. This is a situation, man. Like, yo, in the NFL, bro, you really can't do no wrong. You can come back from anything in the NFL, bro. But as long as you can ball, you're going to get another shot, bro. But like in the NBA, where your face is on display at all times and the players are essentially bigger than the teams and have been for a while now, it's like it's a little different. And I think, like, I don't know. I just want y'all to check out that podcast, man. Let me know what y'all think. It was worth the 40 minutes. And I think Beasley was kind of feeling like, I don't know. I want to hear what y'all think about it.
All right, I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna check it out. Shout out Mike Beasley. Shout out Tyreek Evans as well.
Mike Beasley is a legend, bro. Mike Beasley might be one of the best scorers of all time, low key, and just never got to display how great he is, bro. Like, and that's
the Hoopers know that. You know what I'm saying? They say Mike is your favorite basketball player. Basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Mike is a dog.
Dog, bro.
Lefty scored all three levels, like reminiscent of Melo. You know what I'm saying? But
man, them numbers he was putting up at Kansas State was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, but even the whole how Mike got to Kansas State, where Mike came from, like there's a lot attached to Mike. Like I gotta watch the documentary.
Bro, he said he went to 7 high schools and
he was living
high schools.
Yeah, living with the coaches at, you know what I'm saying? Mike had his story is a sad one because he wasn't really in control of anything as a kid. So,
he talks to that, bro. He talks to how he realized that none of these people ever really gave a damn about him. They just liked him because he was good at basketball. And it's an interesting watch, man. I implore everybody to check it out. Usually I don't market other podcasts on our podcast, but I will for this one. It's on YouTube. And I also say, I think like if we were to interview Beasley, we would have done a way better job than they did because I feel like at some moments they were trying to tell him shit that he already knew. And it's like, bruh, he was looking at him like, yo, what you think I haven't done these things that y'all are suggesting? What do you think I haven't tried to talk to people? What you think I haven't tried to like, they like, yo, we got you type of thing. You know, he like, bruh, like, I've been doing this for the last 20 years. What you think I haven't reached out? You know what I mean? Like that's where it was moments I was like, yo, and that even just made like Michael Beasley more transparent and really try to explain to them his point of view. And I don't think they ever really got it personally.
Yeah.
I want y'all to check it out though.
I'll check it out.
Definitely. Beasley's one of those stories is like kind of like an underlooked story in the sports world. Like he wanted.
I mean, but it's not a story of tragedy though. At the end of the day, like kind of like Kwame Brown, like you still got to a place, you know what I'm saying, throughout it all. You were still able to overcome and triumph. And you still have time ahead of you, you know what I'm saying, to change the narrative. Because maybe the narrative about basketball, maybe that's written, right? And people won't change their opinion. But there's other walks of life, other avenues where you can really make a
He
difference.
talks about that too. He talks about that too. So it's interesting that you bring, and even like the story where he was wearing the wrong shorts and everybody clowned him, bro. Remember that?
Yeah, his mother, somebody had died, right?
His mom passed away a week before that happened. In the day that happened, his cousin passed away. So
Right.
he just getting back, and he don't even really know, like, his mind is in other places, bro. And like everybody tried to just make him out to be a clown for that, but like you never know what somebody going through, bro. But he had one quote that was crazy. He was like, "Yo, like nobody cares about you till you die." Basically, he was like, "What I gotta have a Delonte West meltdown for people to give a damn?" And I was like, "Bruh."
Yeah,
he was like, "I gotta have a Delonte West meltdown to get real help." It's like, bro, like that was a bar for real. Because
Yes.
That's the sad thing about it, bro. Like if I'm not on the streets looking like, for lack of a better term, a crackhead, no disrespect to Delonte West,
right?
Like nobody really gives a damn. And that's the sad thing about the society, the microwave society we live in right now, bro.
And shout out to D West. He just was trying out for the big three. I seen him knocking out some jump shots.
Yeah, I seen him.
Shout out to D West. I actually had his son in the gym a couple months back. He was in the gym, wouldn't miss a shot, which is crazy. But yeah, like I think part of that is, and this is a deeper conversation. I know it's late, but like a lot of people aren't going to be empathetic to the issues of millionaires, because just face it, regular people have some of the same issues, and I would think that would make you want to relate to them. But when looking through the lens of finances, a lot of people be like, man, well, you going through that, but you're rich. You know what I'm saying? You're going through that, but you have a Bentley. I'm going through this, and I'm on the metro next to somebody that's sneezing on my neck. So it really is a good conversation. But
yeah, but the moment them same people end up harming themselves or harming somebody, or something goes totally wrong, then it's, we feel so bad. Everybody's sad. Everybody want to mourn. You know what I mean? It's like, in that case, don't ever mourn. You know what I'm saying? That's where, like, I feel like the fakeness kind of comes out.
Well, I was gonna say, are they mourning? Are they mourning?
Bro, people love to mourn when in those situations. Come on, bro. They love to mourn those situations. Bro.
They love to display grief, but are they mourning?
That's my point. That's my point, bro. Don't display no grief. Like don't display no grief in those moments. Then, like, let's keep. Well, that term, keep the same energy. Like nobody keeps the same energy these days, bro. The energy is so. It's just shifts. It's just so many shifts, bro. Like nobody's consistent with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard though to like that's why I always say just watch how you judging somebody in a certain moment when they're down, because it's hard to keep the same energy if you want to clown somebody when they're down and then something tragic happens. You probably shouldn't keep that energy. You know what I mean? Now you are gonna want to show that grief. So my thought on that is just like, keep a positive energy to you even when you see somebody down, because honestly, T brought up a good point, man. Whether you're a millionaire or not, like a lot of people could end up in a lot of situations, regardless of your current income status, to where you could be down and out, man, looking crazy. So a lot of things can happen. So you just always got to keep a positive energy to you, man, especially when you judging others, man, because you never know what can happen to you.
I mean, that also, isn't that part of success, right? Doesn't that come with the visibility of success, that you're going to be judged? You know what I'm saying? So like, that's the give and take, right? Would you trade that? I mean, I'm not interviewing Michael Beasley, but
some people handle it better than others too.
But like, and also though, everybody's being like success. Yes, you're being judged, but like everybody's making snap judgments in every given moment. Like you walk by somebody, like your human nature, the human side of you is going to make a snap judgment about the person you're walking towards. That's the reason you're not going to walk towards somebody with that sneezing everywhere. You know what I'm saying? If somebody walking by, they sneezing 100 times, you're going to stay away because you like, my snap judgment tells me this person might be sick. Like, so let me walk a little further away from them. So like, we always making snap judgments day to day about every single person we encounter. You know what I mean? It's just like, what place are we making these judgments from? Are we making these judgments from a place of fair critique, or are we making these judgments from a place of, I want people to laugh at my judgment, or I want people to, I want to have the funniest judgment, or the craziest thing?
Is it always a judgment, or is it like, because somebody sneezing and me stepping aside, like, I don't think that's a judgment. You know what I'm saying?
No, it is a judgment though. Technically, it is, because It's a judgment because that same person could just be having allergies. That same person might have just walked by some dust. That same person might have just had something in their nose.
That doesn't mean germs aren't coming out.
No, that's a fact. But your judgment is saying this person might be sick. Like, you know
No,
what I mean?
I don't know, bro. When I hear the word judgment, I'm thinking about when you see someone display a set of actions and now you interact with that person differently, like you treat them differently, not moving out the way. Like I treat you differently.
T
On a
got a
human
good point
level.
though, because like at the same time, like I agree that you should have like a positive outlook on it and shit, but like sometimes your judgments are right, man. Like sometimes a spade is a spade, you know.
All
So
right, that's a fact, and that's why we have them to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like saying that they're always wrong. I'm not saying that judgment is necessarily a bad thing.
yeah.
I'm saying when you live in the world of constant judgment, bro, like that's all you do. That's all you rely on. One, you're gonna miss a lot of who people really are. That's just a fact. If I'm always judging everybody for my snap judgment, I'm gonna miss a lot of the best people. Like, you know, I'm gonna overlook a lot of good people. And on top of that, I'm gonna get the benefit of the doubt to a lot of shitty people because their judgment fooled me. And I'm so quick to live off my snap judgments that I could easily be fooled by somebody who really ain't shit and just, you know, that's how you get Tinder swindled. You feel me? That's how those women got Tinder swindled. They let they snap judgment after knowing somebody for 6 hours or 4 hours, whatever it is, sweep them off their feet, right? And that's not to come at the women in any way. Anybody, that can happen to anybody. That can happen.
I don't know,
man,
bro. I feel like snap judgment here is just too broad of a term because it's not always snap judgment. Sometimes it's deductive reasoning. Sometimes it's a sense. Sometimes it's like a feeling you get. It's not always this person. I look at this person and I think of this way, so I'm going to react this way. I don't think it always happens that way. Now there are certainly cases. Right.
I argue that those judgments are all feel like deductive reasoning in the moments, bro. And I think that's why people are willing to rely.
All right. So if you're watching us, right, and you see me with my hat on every Tuesday, and you say, well, he probably has a bald head, I don't think that's a judgment. I think that's an observation.
All right, but then if you pull off your hat and you got cornrows,
then
I'm gonna be like, now it's just like, nah, I'm just like wearing hats. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I made a judgment about
you. You can't judge a book by its cover.
No, I think the judgment would be. Right. I think the judgment would be. I don't want to get to know him because I've had a bad experience with everyone that's had a bald head without even knowing if I have a bald head. If you see what I'm saying, I think that's the judgment.
I think that's
because you made that a negative judgment. It doesn't have to be a negative judgment though, because you can also say, oh, I want to kick it with this person more because they got a dope ass beard or some shit. Like niggas are complimenting beards. You know what I mean? Like that's a judgment. That's a judgment.
Right, because you're deciding how you want to act based on someone else, right? But if you're just saying he has a bald head, then I don't think there's any harm in that. I think it's literally, I believe he has a bald head. I think that's an observation. Like,
well, I mean, like I think low key, bro. You're switching the narrative. I don't think it's anything wrong. I don't think it's anything wrong with judgment.
I'm not switching the narrative, bro.
Judgments in general.
I'm just debating your choice of words.
When you live in constant, because I mean, like, bro, all the judgment is coming to a conclusion about something. That's the definition of a judgment, bro. Like when you're judging something, the judge bangs the hammer and comes to a conclusion about your fate, right? You're coming to a conclusion about a fate. Like, that's all I'm doing when I judge. So it's like, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, it's just, I feel what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying all judgments are bad. I'm not going to, if I see a dog that looks like it's rabid, I'm not going to go try to pet it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, I'm not saying that all judgments, it's not a place for them. But when you live in that world of snap judgment, everything you see, it's not a good. To me, it's not the best place to live in, bro. It's not the best state to operate from.
I see what you're saying, but I think we debate the semantics here. I think the word judgment does have your definition, but I think judging a person has a totally different meaning. And I think typically that meaning is negative in common culture.
Yeah. Maybe. It's like Rome said, like, oh, don't judge a book by its cover. That's really what it comes down to. Like, don't judge a book by its cover, man. Like, and I think if more people will just live by that simple phrase, then, like, we would have more, a lot more equality amongst the people. Like I always think to like especially being from the East Coast, yo. Like I
No,
don't know, we live in an interesting spot, but you go other places and you see a lot of intermingling with people because there's a lot less snap judgments of individuals. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. Just don't judge a book by its cover. It can all be boiled down to that, in my opinion. Scruff said night. Man, Scruff, I'm out of here.
Scruff is getting judged right now. I'm judging
you know what time it is, man.
Somebody must have called Scruff's phone judging
that daylight savings is hurting my boy.
I just had to blow my nose, man. Relax. I was trying to say.
Let me make sure I stay away from you. You sick?
I mean, you can make a judgment. That's why I covered my nose, because y'all was about to make a judgment.
Hey, B, you seen them trolls, B? Hey, B, I didn't post none of those tweets, but like somebody's name is literally Adolf Hitler in our comments right now. So it's wild. You're right, bro. Once you get the trolls in the comments, you on the way, bro. You're not getting nowhere without somebody judging you. That's what that shows me, man. Somebody came in our comments judging us.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a fact. That's a fact, bro. Honestly, it's not a good video if nobody says something negative about me. You know, like who's this guy Scruff talking about Luka's gonna leave you empty at the end of the games. What is he talking about? Does he even watch basketball? Okay.
Hey, we got the 2 hours.
Okay.
2 hours, man. We killed it tonight, fellas. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, man. I'm seeing these comments, bro. It's time. I think it's time to call it a night, bro. Who the hell is this guy?
I don't know, man. But like my man B said, you ain't make it till you get the trolls, man.
Facts.
Yeah, so I guess it's time to to close up shop tonight, fellas. I think this was a hell of an episode, man. Everybody on the panel, good work as always. Y'all know where y'all can find us, man. We at GoodAssSports on every single platform. If you haven't downloaded the Gas Sports Network app, hop on your Apple, your App Store, or hop in the Google Play Store. Make sure you 5-star too. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you share it with somebody, man. We trying to push this sports for the culture. We trying to provide a voice to sports entertainment, to sports media that's really not there. And if it's there, it's not highlighted enough because we're not getting highlighted enough. If you didn't know, we were voted the top sports and culture podcast of 2021. So somebody's seeing us. Let's get more eyes on Gas Sports for the culture because, we do this for y'all. We do this for y'all. Shout out to everybody in the comments helping push the show along today. We try to show as many comments as we can. We try to talk about them. So keep them coming. Keep them coming. Y'all make the show. We do it for y'all. Scruff, anything I missed, man?
Not much. Just want to say thanks to everybody listening out there. You know what I mean? I was just peeping the Adolf, my guy. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And I did not mean to put the mushroom there. My recent emojis is snitching on me.
I don't know what's going on with that, but them recent emojis will get you every time, man.
Yeah, well, I live that high life, so fuck it.
Yeah, y'all know how we end each and every show. Sports for the culture.
Sports for the culture.